man. Anyway, yeah, we'll jump into space news. I'm probably gonna take a second here. I'm gonna go grab some food. We don't have anything in the fridge right now. That's another thing, making sure that the fridge is stocked. It's freaking adulting, man. What a pain in the butt. Switch up the game and back just to split it up? Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm gonna take 15, 20 minutes. I'm gonna go down to the Chroma pizza place and then we'll come back for a quick space news and we'll jump into Railroads Online. That's what the Amazon drones are for. Maz, we live down the street from a Whole Foods. I could get groceries delivered, but I won't do that out of principle. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. Did the alerter play at all? Huh. Hey, weather guy. What's up, man? Boo, adulting, yay, pizza. You getting pineapple? No. Anyway, guys, let me put on a shuttle video or something, and yeah, we'll take 5. But yeah, I mean, finances is cool, dude. You can do a lot of cool stuff with it, and it's really neat. And you know, should look into that stuff. I mean, I could answer questions as best as I can, but it's not. I'm not an expert on it. Not like I am with space, you know. So, want to fly to Indiana and help me with a 30-minute job? That second part I'd be really happy to do, but that first part, no. Yeah, I won't, even with gas prices the way they are and everything, I won't get my groceries delivered. Sorry, that's where I draw the line. Because cabin fever is real. That's the other thing about working remote. I've been working remote for almost 5 years longer than everybody else. Actually, literally 5 years longer than everybody else. You got to be careful. It's really easy to get cabin fever, and you won't notice yourself getting cabin fever. And then you'll get upset because you'll get upset about something stupid like the refrigerator not closing all the way. Oh, yeah. No, that that absolutely happens. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Got to be careful about cabin fever. Want to fly to the UK and come for the pint? Kyron, if the world wasn't crazy, I would consider it, dude. Can you come? You could come do it. You gonna pay me? I'll fly, dude. I'll drive down there right now. And you know, Flykin was asking about what my fallback is. I can fix cars. Yeah, I can fix cars. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I can fix cars. That's my fallback. Or at least one of them. I have a bunch. That's the other thing about the stream, making connections everywhere. I have connections all over the U.S. You do whatever. Because I put myself out there from the stream. That's why it's good. Yeah, there you go, Kyron. Yep. Come to Brazil. Here, I'm just going to put on Remarkable Flying Machine, guys. I'll be back in about 20-25 minutes. And we'll start up space news.
Sunday, April 12th,
I'll be right back.
1981. Kennedy Space Center, Florida. The Space Shuttle. 14 stories high, 2,000 tons, poised on the pad for its maiden flight. This is Columbia, the spaceship that will orbit the Earth. Its external tank. It holds over 500,000 gallons of fuel for Columbia's 3 main engines. And the solid rocket boosters, the largest ever used on any launch vehicle and the first to be employed in a U.S. manned flight. At liftoff, the solid rocket boosters, together with the 3 main engines, will unleash more than 6.5 million pounds of thrust needed to launch the world's first reusable spacecraft. Never before has a winged vehicle been launched like a rocket, orbited the Earth, returned through frictional heating in excess of 2,500 degrees, and landed, still aerodynamically sound, to be launched again and again. If it succeeds, the space shuttle will truly be a remarkable flying machine. There are many other goals to be reached during the 54.5-hour mission that lies ahead. 144 test objectives are planned for the flight. These objectives could not be achieved without an astronaut crew. The commander, John Young. The pilot, Robert Crippen. Young has already been in space 4 times for a total of 533 hours. He is the most experienced astronaut flying today. Although Crippen has over 4,000 hours of jet aircraft flying time, this will be his first time in space. The astronauts make their way across the access arm toward the shuttle in the pre-dawn hours before launch. An American spaceship has never carried a human crew on its maiden voyage. At the Launch Control Center, 3 miles from the pad, final steps are being completed in the countdown. Final preparations are also being made in the Mission Control Center in Houston, where control of the flight will switch once the shuttle clears the tower. There has not been a manned launch from Kennedy Space Center since the Apollo-Soyuz test project in July of 1975. With this launch, Young and Crippen, launch controllers at the Cape, and flight controllers in Houston will experience the most dynamic, fast-paced series of launch events ever undertaken in the space program, all in less than 9 minutes. The most challenging ascent profile ever to be flown by a space vehicle. Photographers, film and television crews, plus newspaper and magazine writers from around the world, nearly 2,700 of them are here to cover the launch. In addition, approximately 600,000 spectators line the coastal area near the Kennedy Space Center. Arriving by every mode of transportation, they have come from every state in the Union and many foreign countries. The promise of a rebirth in America's manned space program and the dawn of a new era in space transportation awaits.
14, 13, T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We've gone for main engine start.
Roger, roll.
The roll will put the shuttle on its precise heading toward an imaginary target in space.
Roll program complete.
Roger, roll complete. Get a status, Fido. Go. Booster, go. GNC, go. Eagle, go. Go at 40, Capcom. Columbia, Houston, you're go at 40.
The shuttle is now 40 seconds into flight.
Roger, Columbia, on the nice ride. You're lofting a little bit. You'll probably be slightly high at staging. Negative seats. Columbia, you're negative seats.
Should anything go wrong, the shuttle is now too high for the astronauts to use their ejection seats.
Columbia, you're going for SRB step.
We see SRB step, flight.
Roger, on a step.
103 converge, flight.
Bet. Capcom, let's tell them all the calls are going to be a tad early because of the hot first stage. Columbia, you're looking a little hot. All your calls will be a little early.
Okay. Okay, map looks good here. Stand by, press to MECO.
Columbia, stand by. Press to MECO.
Mark it.
Marked. Press for MECO.
Roger, press for MECO.
The shuttle can now continue toward MECO, main engine cutoff.
They like the VAP, Eagle. ECOM.
Let's go, flight.
Capcom, VAPs go.
Stand by, negative return.
Columbia, stand by for negative return.
Mark it.
Marked. Negative return. And your VAP is good.
Outstanding. Sure is, we can confirm it. What a view. And single engine rotor flight.
And Columbia, your single engine rota.
Columbia can land safely at the Naval Air Station in Rota, Spain, even if 2 of the 3 main engines should fail. Right now, the engines are generating over 42 million horsepower.
MECO 25, 6,
MECO.
0, up at 200.
Roger, MECO.
And we got MECO confirmed.
MECO, Roger, Columbia, MECO. Right on the money, nominal.
Main engine cutoff. Columbia is now in space, traveling over 18,000 miles per hour.
Okay, we got step.
Roger, we confirm the step, Columbia.
The external tank has just been jettisoned and is now falling away from the shuttle back toward Earth. The tank will break up as planned over the Indian Ocean when it comes into contact with the atmosphere. Shortly, by firing the OMS, Orbital Maneuvering System engines, Columbia will achieve orbit. Then one of the most important tests of the mission will be attempted, opening the payload bay doors. The doors must be opened before the end of the 6th orbit to expose the space radiator cooling system. If the radiators cannot be exposed, heat collected from the onboard electronics cannot be released, and the astronauts will have to return home. The OMS burns are successful. Columbia is now in orbit, circling the Earth at an altitude of approximately 150 miles. The payload bay doors will now be opened.
Okay, the 4th door is coming open now.
Roger, copy.
Well, you are missing one fantastic sight. Boy, that is really beautiful out there.
We appreciate those updates.
Both doors have been opened. The radiators can be deployed to begin dissipating the heat.
The doors are all opened up and hunky-dory. Labs are deployed right on time.
And the radiators look good.
Okay, we want to show you our own pods here. We do have a few tile missing off of both of them. Off of the starboard pod, 3 tile and some smaller pieces, and off the port pod, looks like I see one full square and looks like a few little triangular shapes that are missing, and we're trying to put that on TV right now.
Roger, Crip, we can see that good.
From what we can see of both wings, tops and leading edges, though, all those are fully intact.
Within minutes, an assessment is completed on the impact these missing tiles could have on the remainder of the mission. At a news conference later in the day, Flight Director Neil Hutchison answers questions from reporters.
But you asked me if I knew where there were any other tiles that might be loose. The answer is no. And quite frankly, we're not worried about any other tiles being loose.
At this rating, is there anything at all that would lead you to say you might not go for a full duration mission?
Nothing.
Columbia, Houston, you guys did so good, we're going to let you stay up there for a couple of days. Your gopher on orbit.
Spacecraft Let's Go for on orbit. This thing is just performing just outstanding.
Roger, we agree with that. And Columbia, Houston, just for your information, you dropped those SRBs right on target, and they were floating just the way they ought to be, and the boats were getting ready to fish them and bring them back.
Okay. The ride that they gave us was pretty neat.
The solid rocket boosters, which separated from the Columbia as planned 2 minutes 11 seconds into the flight, landed on target in the Atlantic Ocean, 151 miles downrange from the launch site. After being towed back to Kennedy Space Center, both boosters will be refurbished and used again in a future shuttle flight. The third and fourth OMS burns are also successful, raising Columbia's orbit to an altitude of approximately 172 miles. For the first television transmission from inside the spacecraft, the crew will give a status report on the mission.
The flight so far has gone as smooth as it could possibly go. We've done every test that we're supposed to do, and we're up on the timeline, and the vehicle has just been performing beautifully, much better than anyone ever expected to do on a first flight, and no systems are out of shape. And it's delightful up here in zero gravity, might add. Of course, we owe this to a lot of people, and we certainly want to thank everyone who has helped get this thing airborne, and can take great pride in it's doing so well right now. Okay, we're switching over to the aft camera here. Yeah, I'd like to echo John's words as I usually do. I guess being the so-called rookie on this flight, I had a thrill from the moment of liftoff all the way up to what we're doing now. It's really been super. The spacecraft has worked as advertised all the way along. I think we've got something that's really going to mean something to the country and the world. This vehicle is performing like a champ, like all of us that have worked so long on it knew that you would.
Okay, sir, we appreciate those comments.
I guess that does it.
That was a good time, and I think you must have practiced. We're just about to lose your goat song.
Just accident.
Just accident, says Robert Crippen. None of the other events of the day have been accidental. Every test, liftoff, SRB separation and recovery, ET separation and impact, 4 OMS burns, payload bay door latch opening and closing tests, radiator latch deploy and stowing tests have all been successful.
I guess we owe you guys one super attaboy for today. This is fantastic. You worked through a pretty long, hard day, and you're essentially right on schedule, which is going to be close to being a first sort of spaceflight biz, I think, for first day activities. It's sure been fun working with you today, and we look forward to seeing you in the morning. I hope you get a good night's rest.
Okay, you guys did super work today. See you mañana.
Roger, thank you. See you tomorrow, guys.
Well, many hours went into this thing. A job well done by the shuttle space team. We can't say that she's sleek and lean, but I'll tell you right now, she's a mean machine. The Columbia, not the kind you smoke. This here's a bird.
Morning, Columbia. Welcome to day 2.
All right. Appreciate that super wake-up music this morning. Well, we sure enjoyed it. Missing a good breakfast.
Today, the astronauts will test onboard systems and also review procedures for tomorrow's landing. A test of the flight control system is conducted by John Young. The flight control system operates Columbia's aero surfaces, the elevons, body flaps, rudder, and speed brake. These surfaces are useless in the vacuum of space, but will be essential tomorrow when the shuttle lands. This will require precision maneuverability, which the aero surfaces provide. Payload bay door cycling tests help ensure that latching and closing procedures can also be done before entry tomorrow. As with every mission, many pictures of the Earth are taken by the astronauts. Over 500 on this first shuttle flight. Active volcanoes, cloud formations, alluvial fans, giant whirlpools over 15 miles in diameter, sand dunes 1,500 feet high, running unbroken for hundreds of miles. The high Himalayas, where mountain peaks reach 24,000 feet. And one of the most remarkable space photographs ever taken of the Earth, an area in Iran exposed to wind erosion, which has resulted in these breathtaking silt and sandstone formations that look more like a painting than a desert. After lunch on the second day, the astronauts receive a phone call from the Vice President of the United States, George Bush.
How's it going up there? Everything rocking along all right?
Spaceship is just performing beautifully.
Well, it's great, and everybody views it, I'm sure, just as the forerunner of great things to come. I think your trip is just going to ignite the excitement and the forward thinking from this country, so I really just wanted to call up and wish you the very best.
We certainly appreciate it, Mr. Vice President.
The crew also don and check out the ejection suits they will wear during entry. Young, Crippen, and Columbia pass every test. They are ready for the final phase of the mission, entry and landing. April 14th, 1981. NASA's Dryden Flight Research Center on the edge of Rogers Dry Lake Bed in California. A recovery convoy of 24 vehicles and more than 100 personnel are assembling here to power down Columbia after landing. Enormous crowds are also beginning to arrive. A string of traffic 6 miles long waits to enter the base. Thousands more are already here. Close to 500,000 people will eventually be on hand to see the landing. On board, the astronauts suit up for entry. The ascent and orbital phases of the mission have gone extremely well. Now the final phase must be completed. Before that begins,
Columbia, you have a go for payload bay door closing.
the doors, which have been open a total of 47 hours during the flight, must now be closed. Then, using the RCS thrusters, Columbia will maneuver into deorbit burn attitude, head down and backwards, fire the OMS engines one last time, and descend into the Earth's atmosphere.
Nice and easy does it, John. We're all riding with you.
Columbia is out of contact during the OMS burn. Mission Control will not know if this burn was successful until they are in communication with the spacecraft over Australia. It is now over the Indian Ocean on the other side of the world, but from that distance the burn must be precise so that later Columbia will hit the lake bed target in California.
Columbia, this is Houston through Yargady. We're standing by.
Burn was on time at nominal residual 110.
Columbia is now committed to entry. With an RCS post-burn maneuver and several firings, it is oriented to a heads-up, nose-first attitude headed toward entry interface. This is where the atmosphere begins, at approximately 400,000 feet. From that moment until the shuttle reaches 165,000 feet, it will be in communication blackout, out of touch with Mission Control for almost 20 minutes. The landing site is almost 4,400 miles from entry interface. Chase planes are preparing to take off. One will call out altitudes and check Columbia for any damage just prior to landing. When the shuttle touches down here, it will be traveling at 216 miles per hour. Right now, it's going more than 17,000 miles per hour. Before it lands, it must slow down, lose energy, and it must survive the intense heat caused by traveling through the atmosphere at such a high rate of speed. Several S-turns or roll reversals are used to slow down and maneuver Columbia through the atmosphere. This one is done at 256,000 feet when it is traveling at more than 26 times the speed of sound. This one is done at 208,000 feet. During these two roll reversals, entry heating is most severe, with temperatures reaching 2,500 degrees some places on the vehicle. The aluminum skin will melt at 320 degrees. The silicate tiles must insulate the vehicle from the tremendous heat. Since there is no test facility on Earth to simulate the aerodynamic and structural environment Columbia is in right now, only calculations could be used to predict what would happen during this phase of the flight. The predictions and calculations had to be right.
Hello there, Houston. Columbia's here.
Hello, Columbia. Houston's here. How do you read?
Land clear, and we're doing Mach 10.3 at 180 AS.
And we couldn't agree more, John. Your state vector's good. We've got good data in-house.
The entry trajectory, velocity, and position look good. Columbia is heading for home, now only 470 miles away.
More left RCS, but okay. Right, we showing a roll.
And John, we're showing you rolling right. Looking good.
Right, normal roll.
We're showing him crossing the coastline flat.
Columbia, we show you crossing the coast now.
Right, yeah. We can come.
The shuttle is first sighted at about 100,000 feet with a long-range camera from Anderson Peak, California.
What a way to come to California.
In flight paddle, I still look perfect right on the nominal.
Roger that. Out of 112K, 4.8 Mach.
We're seeing this in a row.
We see Delaz 21 degrees.
A roll reversal is done over Bakersfield, California.
Oh, that's beautiful. Chase has a tally. Roger, checking.
And we're seeing 1.3 Gs coming around the hat.
Roger that.
The astronauts are making the final turn to line up with the runway.
Columbia, you're really looking good. Right on the money. Right on the money. And turning on the final, your winds on the surface are calm.
I got a win.
You're right on the glide slope, Columbia.
Clear, John. Looks real good underneath. Everything looks real good.
Chase reports no tile or other damages evident underneath the shuttle. Columbia's altitude is now just over 5,000 feet.
Pretty clear.
Without power, Columbia must land. It cannot make another attempt.
You're coming. You're down. Feet. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 4, 3,
2, 1, touchdown. Those gears, 10. 5, 4, 3, touchdown. Look him off, skipper.
Houston, Columbia's on the roller.
Welcome home, Columbia. Beautiful, beautiful.
You want us to take it up in the hangar, Joe?
We're going to dust it off first.
This is the world's greatest all-electric flying machine, I'll tell you that. It was super.
Okay, convoy's on its way.
Convoy on. We'll stop on the Columbia. We'll stop.
The maiden voyage of Columbia has been a success. The astronauts and the vehicle have met or exceeded all 144 flight test objectives. The integrity of all the systems, propulsion, avionics, structural, flight control, power, and thermal, have been affirmed. John Young's comments after returning home.
I can't tell you what a tribute that is to the American working man and the American working woman, too. You can't imagine the variety of people who worked on this vehicle, from all walks of life, all capabilities and limitations. It's all due to their individual efforts. They proved that they can do the job. They proved it for the world to see. And I'm mighty proud to be associated with folks like that.
What a tribute indeed. The Columbia represents an achievement in aerospace technology and development never before realized in the history of manned spaceflight. It is our basic building block for the future.
It's what we've been trying to do for the last 10 years. We've got a vehicle with a payload performance that will allow us to do that, much cheaper than we've been able to do it before. It will immeasurably improve the defensive capability of the country. It will help develop space science and technology. When we get operational, the space shuttle will be able to do in 5 to 10 years what it would have taken us 20 to 30 years to do otherwise. We couldn't do it if we didn't have the space shuttle and that payload capability. And the sooner we do those things, the better off the country's going to be.
A revolutionary new era in space transportation has just begun. Routine access to space. Welcome to the future. Sunday, April 12, 1981, Kennedy Space Center, Florida. The Space Shuttle, 14 stories high, 2,000 tons, poised on the pad for its maiden flight. This is Columbia, the spaceship that will orbit the Earth. Its external tank, it holds over 500,000 gallons of fuel for Columbia's 3 main engines. And the solid rocket boosters, the largest ever used on any launch vehicle and the first to be employed in a U.S. manned flight. At liftoff, the solid rocket boosters, together with the 3 main engines, will unleash more than 6.5 million pounds of thrust needed to launch the world's first reusable spacecraft. Never before has a winged vehicle been launched like a rocket, orbited the Earth, returned through frictional heating in excess of 2,500 degrees, and landed, still aerodynamically sound, to be launched again and again. If it succeeds, the space shuttle will truly be a remarkable flying machine. There are many other goals to be reached during the 54.5-hour mission that lies ahead. 144 test objectives are planned for the flight. These objectives could not be achieved without an astronaut crew. The commander, John Young. The pilot, Robert Crippen. Young has already been in space 4 times for a total of 533 hours. He is the most experienced astronaut flying today. Although Crippen has over 4,000 hours of jet aircraft flying time, this will be his first time in space.
I'm back with food, dude.
The astronauts make their way across the access arm.
I'm gonna eat real quick. I'll put on another video, or do you want to watch Remarkable again? Okay, let me find another one here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Oh,
This is a press conference.
Yeah, I got you. This is a press conference. Here, I got one for you. It's a little bit on the longer side. It's probably not going to take me this long, but I'll watch it with you guys when we're ready to go. Here, check it out.
This is a press conference. April 9th, 1959, Washington, D.C. One of these 7 young men will be the first American into space. These are the astronauts. United States Project Mercury. A substantial part of the imagination, energy, and genius of the United States is being devoted to the scientific exploration of our universe. The launching pads and gantries of the Atlantic Missile Range mount many of our experiments into the very nature of creation. This launch carried an Earth satellite into orbit. Soon, before the Earth turns many hundred times, a man will climb into a capsule at the Atlantic Missile Range and be hurled headlong into space. Why must man go into space? Why must he attempt this new and forbidding environment? Space with its belts of radiation, meteorites, solar winds, unknown cosmic forces. To explore his world, man has always risked the unknown. Because it is unknown, and man's nature is to know. Project Mercury is a beginning for man in space. It will take him 100 miles from the Earth. Here, we think there are no radiation belts, solar winds, or unknown cosmic forces, but man, the scientist, the explorer, must see for himself. Each component of Project Mercury will be held up and measured in the unbending light of scientific truth. Will it work? Why? Does it work under load? Why not? The problem of selecting pilots to represent the United States in space was approached from the same uncompromising direction. From all of the active duty pilots in the Navy, Marines, and Air Force, the service records of 473 test pilots were selected for review. 110 met the basic qualifications. Each must be a graduate of a Navy or Air Force test pilot school, 1,500 hours of flight time, qualified in jet aircraft, an engineering background, younger than 40 at the time of selection, and 5 feet 11 or less. The National Aeronautics and Space Administration asked 69 Navy, Marine, and Air Force officers of the 110 who qualified to come to Washington for a briefing. They were interviewed, tested, and asked to volunteer for the Project Mercury mission. 6 were discovered to be too tall. 16 declined. And 47 volunteered. 32 were asked to continue through a series of capability tests which would indicate not the best man in the group, but the various degrees of qualification of each man. "32 candidates reported to the Lovelace Clinic in Albuquerque, New Mexico for an exhaustive series of physical examinations. These tests were divided between those given under normal clinical procedures and a series used for the first time in Project Mercury. A series of dynamic tests designed to measure the candidates' abilities during physical stress. Laboratory studies were made in each physiological area. As military pilots, these men had passed yearly flight physicals. But here at the Lovelace Clinic, each measurable reaction of body chemistry, each physical function was measured, probed, diagnosed. What is the specific gravity of his body? What is his blood volume, water volume? What is his total body radiation count? We are listening to his heart. When the astronaut is orbiting in space, the measure of his heart's contraction and expansion will be telemetered to the Mercury tracking stations. After a week of examinations, the candidates were sent on to the Wright Air Development Center in Dayton for stress evaluation and psychological tests. This Project Mercury candidate is preparing for stress. The weight of 8 gravities will thrust upon him as he rides the human centrifuge. His reactions are studied. The results will indicate how he fared under multiple gravity forces. Did he show a tendency to pull back? No. Was his tolerance level low or was it high? Now, can we shake his equilibrium? How does this affect his pulse and blood pressure? And what about his mental balance, his imagination, his personality, motivation? How does he see the different problems of living? And how has life affected him as an individual? Test his memory, comprehension, perception, visualization. Ask him to describe himself in 100 different ways with a battery of tests. Now take him up to 65,000 feet for 1 hour in a pressure chamber. Now have him do this for 5 minutes. Then ask him to take a walk. Walk until his heart beats 180 times a minute. Elevate the incline 1 degree every minute. These tests continued until all 32 men had been evaluated. Seven men emerged from this competitive purgatory as the Project Mercury astronauts. At McDonnell Aircraft, they saw a model of the space capsule they would ride into orbit. They sat in the cockpit for the first time. This is the beginning for each of them. Captain Donald K. Slayton, United States Air Force, age 35, from Sparta, Wisconsin. Lieutenant Commander Alan B. Shepard, United States Navy, age 35, from East Derry, New Hampshire. Lieutenant Commander Walter M. Schirra, Jr., United States Navy, age 36, from Wardell, New Jersey. Captain Virgil I. Grissom, United States Air Force, age 33, from Mitchell, Indiana. Lieutenant Colonel John H. Glenn, United States Marine Corps, age 38, from New Concord, Ohio. Captain Leroy G. Cooper, Jr., United States Air Force, age 32, from Carbondale, Colorado. Lieutenant Malcolm Scott Carpenter, United States Navy, age 33, from Boulder, Colorado. These officers were detailed by their services to report to the NASA at Langley Field, Virginia. Here, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration Space Task Group, under the direction of Robert Gilruth, had organized a training program for the astronauts. They were excellent students, and they had a realistic and tough-minded approach to Project Mercury. They had to know all the answers. Here, they discussed the flight tests. In the flight program, they would ride both the Redstone and the Atlas boosters. But a man would not ride either booster until the full test program was a success. The schedule included first instrumented capsules, then capsules with a monkey aboard, and then one of the 7 would go into space. The schedule also provided for the problems of flying near the Earth. They must maintain their proficiency in high-performance military aircraft. Out of this training together, a strong esprit de corps developed. They all felt that this must be a team effort involving all of Project Mercury. Recognition would undoubtedly go to the man who makes the first flight. But the second, third, or fourth flights may produce far more scientific information than the first flight. Soon, all of the astronauts were busy qualifying themselves for space flight. They rode the human centrifuges of the Air Force and the Navy. Here, they trained to increase their resistance to the forces of nature that were pitted against them. But each new experience, each small physical or mental victory was backed up by hours of classroom work. The time had come to select the pressurized flight suit they would wear. All of the suits tested were air-conditioned, had an attachable helmet, and would protect the pilot from heat and from the deafening 155 decibel noise of the blastoff. The problem was to select a suit which had complete pressure integrity, which was resistant to temperature and was not too bulky, a suit which allowed comparative freedom of movement, yet a suit which was completely reliable. This modified U.S. Navy Mark IV suit worn by Shepard was selected for further testing. To get the feel of space flight controls, this trainer at NASA's Lewis Research Center in Cleveland demonstrates the possible motion of a capsule in space.
Oh, that looks like fun.
While the astronauts perfect themselves for their mission, the hardware of Project Mercury is being tested, evaluated, reshaped, and tested again. Off Wallops Island, Virginia, capsule drops at high altitude test the parachute and recovery systems.
Yo, look at the guy in the T-33. Dive, baby, dive!
At 10,000 feet, the parachute will open.
Yeah, T-Man, yeah, you and Sebi both said the same thing.
The astronaut riding his capsule will land in the Atlantic recovery area off the coast of Florida. The astronaut must learn to tolerate the heating he encounters during his fall back into the atmosphere. These quartz tube lamps produce great heat. Among the astronauts, Walter Schirra is charged with the special problem of studying the capsule environment. But there are some moments of rest for the astronauts. Here, they sit in a projection room and watch the films taken of their visit to the Atlantic Missile Range, Cape Canaveral. On trips like this, each man gathers information concerning his particular assigned area of individual study.
Yes.
He is then responsible to the rest of the group for this information.
It's too fast. Deke? Dude, these guys are my age when they did that. That's weird, man.
Grissom's area of responsibility is the flight control system, including the automatic pilot. Cooper's area concerns the ballistic flights with the Redstone missile.
We gotta watch the end of this, dude.
Shepard is concerned with tracking and recovery of the
We'll start Space News on the other end of this video. That shirt, though. Look at that shirt, man.
Glenn has the cockpit area.
Shirt's dope. Freaking awesome.
Carpenter, communication and navigation.
Yeah, Baz, right? Oh, we know what that is. Oh, yeah, Holly.
And Slayton has the responsibility for knowing Atlas and all of its systems.
That wasn't an Atlas. That looked like Soyuz. Wait a minute. Wait, can I rewind that? Oh, no, it is. It's just the ice coming off the outside of the booster. It makes it look like there's another booster right there. I'm like, wait a minute. Yeah. See the 3 engines? Very distinct. Three motors is old Atlas. It looked like Soyuz for a second. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Why are they showing that?
And Slayton has the responsibility for knowing Atlas and all of its systems.
Hell yeah.
The possibility that trouble may develop with the Atlas or the Redstone during the countdown or during the takeoff is looked squarely in the eye by the astronauts and the engineers behind Project Mercury. This booster was not a Mercury vehicle. But imagine the worst possible situation for the astronaut. That his capsule is now mounted on top of this Atlas. The escape rocket takes the capsule away from the booster.
Cool.
The tower separates.
Pop the drogues.
The parachute opens.
No, that wasn't supposed to. That was a
capsule
missile test,
lands
guys.
in the
That wasn't a real test. The freaking pad blew up. Here, hold on. Let me back it up a little bit. Do you guys see the payload shoot off to the side? Watch the right side of the screen. Ready?
The escape rocket takes the capsule away from the booster.
Watch over here. Did you see that? Nice distance, man. Damn. Nice distance.
The parachute opens, and the capsule lands in the sea.
Success in a pioneer mission depends on optimal human performance. And performance...
This is the voice of Dr. Theodore Benzinger at the Naval Medical Center, Bethesda, Maryland. The astronauts each take their afternoon of sweating it out in this gradient heat calorimeter.
In a temperature as hot as it is in here now for him and
That's
will
an oven.
later be for you, 114 degrees Fahrenheit. Your internal body temperature is protected by a physiological mechanism of very high power and precision.
Sweat?
In the submarine carbon dioxide chamber at Bethesda,
Right,
the astronauts
right, Menthol?
learn that space medicine and submarine medicine have common problems. Under emergency conditions, there is a danger of the presence of unusual amounts of carbon dioxide in the space capsule or submarine hull.
Yeah, Dabby, I know what you mean, dude.
After 2 hours in the chamber under 3% carbon dioxide, these men are tired. But they were convinced that they could function for quite a long time.
In a freaking
At least
business
long
suit.
enough to make a complete orbit of the Earth and then to make an emergency re-entry and landing.
Suit and tie. Get in the vacuum chamber. Wait, what?
But before a man's life is risked in space, animals will undergo the same operational stresses. The animal research program connected with Project Mercury is an important prerequisite to research with human beings in space.
That's a fat rat, bro.
The NASA research, which created the individually molded couch, was another step toward minimizing the hazard of injury during the Mercury mission.
Yep, that's something they still do, guys. They still do seat molding. Absolutely a thing. Oh yeah. Probably not like that. They're using, looks like they're using plaster of Paris right there. But they, seat molding is absolutely a thing, so you don't destroy your back on launch. Now, don't get me wrong. They didn't do that during the shuttle program. When in the shuttle program, your spacesuit had a life preserver in it, and that was your padding. The seats on the space shuttle were basically a bunch of folding chairs, believe it or not. But with Dragon, they went back to doing this.
This is the same man, John Glenn, sitting in his couch
baby.
under 14 Gs in the centrifuge
Probably,
of the Naval
Matt, yeah.
Aviation Medical Acceleration Laboratory, Johnsville, Pennsylvania.
Better be making some comfy seats, Fahrenheit.
And this is Gus Grissom. The astronauts consider this experience as probably the most important phase of their space flight environmental training.
Oh, that looks like it hurts. It's a centrifuge, I think. Oh, man. Yeah, the Mercury missions were a rough ride, dude. They literally just put these guys on top of ICBMs.
As he takes the G-load of an emergency abort and landing.
Berkey! 46 montha. Yep, you gotta breathe, Shep. You gotta control your breathing.
To be able to take this physical beating, these men must be conditioned like athletes. And the astronauts find that the physical discipline of underwater swimming is oddly effective in training toward a space mission.
Buzz Aldrin came up with that idea, but that was a little bit later. Let's see, there's a lot of ideas. That's what we call the right stuff. Every astronaut has to do stuff like this. Every one of them. It goes into space. Even now. You have to be in peak physical condition. Space will frick you up if you're not. If you're not. Yeah, you'll really get hurt. Gravity, not having gravity does weird things to your body. And this is all the stuff that they had to figure out, man. How the frick do you know? I mean, dude, they thought your eyes would pop out of your socket if you pop out of their sockets, up in space without any gravity. They wouldn't know.
Navy Underwater Demolition Team 21 at Little Creek, Virginia, supervises the instruction
Top
of the astronauts.
men. Yep.
Al Shepard and Wally Schirra have just completed a half-mile swim by compass course to the beach.
What?
Underwater swimming, aside from being an excellent physical conditioner, accustoms the astronaut to a forced breathing discipline and closely approximates the condition of weightlessness, which will be encountered in orbit.
Yeah! That looks like fun. Bonk. Yep. Good thing there's pads.
Now, imagine, if you will, that you are watching the first Project Mercury launching at the Atlantic Missile Range, Cape Canaveral.
I wish.
At launch time, the manned capsule with its escape system is thrust into the sky by the 2 booster engines and 1 sustainer engine of the Atlas.
Yeah, baby. It is a good shot, yeah.
At an altitude of about 50 miles, after some 2 minutes of flight, the booster engines are turned off and jettisoned. The sustainer engine continues its thrust toward orbital speed as the escape rocket fires, pulling the escape tower free of the capsule.
That's right, Thomas.
Orbital speed will be achieved at about 100 miles altitude. Once in orbit, explosive bolts release the capsule.
160 kilometers.
Separation rockets on the capsule fire, pushing the capsule away from the Atlas.
Very late ground
Now
turn.
the capsule automatic pilot rotates the capsule. If the automatic pilot fails to respond or becomes erratic, the pilot has controls to maneuver the capsule into proper orbital attitude. Through a periscope or through his window, the pilot observes the Earth below and the heavens beyond the horizon. Near the end of the 3rd orbit, when the capsule is several hundred miles west off the coast of California, the signal for re-entry is given. Retro rockets fire, causing the capsule to leave its orbital path. Now man and capsule fall, and meteor-like plunge toward the Earth. Plunging through the atmosphere, the heat shield glows white hot. The blunt end must be pointed in the line of fall.
Analog.
Below, patrol aircraft sweep the re-entry area with radar.
Make a comfy
At 10,000 feet, the main parachute extends, and a SOFAR bomb is released. The bomb, exploding some 3,000 feet under the ocean, provides an accurate fix. With this information, patrol aircraft and ships converge on the spot where the capsule is expected to land.
I didn't know that. That's very interesting.
When the capsule hits the water, the parachute is released and sea dye marker spreads out on the surface of the water. As the capsule floats in the sea, a signal light and automatic radio transmitter
little tiny
indicate the exact position.
Little tiny depth charge.
And so, before the Earth turns many hundred times, Another
LC-14.
booster will rest on the pad of the Cape. And one of the astronauts will ride here on the shoulders of Atlas. This unmanned Atlas booster and capsule proved in the flight test experiment named Big Joe that this vehicle could perform the mission.
Ryan, right? Get some.
The capsule without escape tower
Light this candle.
rocketed to 100 miles and was thrust downward to re-enter the Earth's atmosphere at a speed just below the predicted re-entry speed. The capsule was recovered in the Atlantic Ocean. The tests will continue. The experiments and training will go on to put man into orbit. These are the astronauts. United States Project Mercury.
Small Joe, thank you. That's awesome. That was a great video. I'm really happy we put that on. That's good stuff, man. Good stuff. Oh, man. What is this? I would not let you leave this house, lady, looking so... I will not let you leave this house looking so improper, young lady. Analog computer on archive.com. Yeah, dude, that was analog, man. And there's no processor in that capsule. Can you imagine doing that all mechanically? Oh my goodness. Dude, that takes balls. Like, that takes balls. That's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Would you do it? I'd do it. Oh yeah. No question. That's right, man. Yeah, you're not wrong. Can you imagine Dragon without a computer? Yeah, it's just a piece of aluminum without a computer. Yeah, that's right, Jason. It's not like they had a digital processor, yeah. I mean, can you imagine how imagine how dangerous that is? Dude, like I said, it's just an ICBM. It's not, heck, Redstone isn't even an ICBM. That's an IRBM. It's a freaking missile. You're just sitting on top of a freaking missile. That's it. It's not like nowadays where, you know, we have special made rockets that are designed to move people. Like, they literally took the missile and they're like, all right, we can put a person on top of this. Whatever. Sit in this. It'll be fine. Yeah, that's right, Jeep Guy. That's true. Analog can be better depending on the application. I agree. With cars, it's very good. Yeah, I have 2 analog cars. It's very nice. EMP proof, baby. We did the math. You'll probably be fine. Yeah, I know, Jordis. It's really cool. And, you know, you go from that to freaking that right there. That's a very short period of time from not knowing anything about space to going to that. That's pretty cool, man. No, there you go, Sirius. Hell yeah. A Koenigsegg 1-1. That's a cool car. Very rare. And a Chiron. Nice. That's cool, man. Those are nice cars. Like, they're not for me, serious. This is my that's my type of vehicle right there. But I know they're nice cars. And now reusable rockets. Yeah, it's cool to keep it all in perspective. Anyway, guys, you know, I didn't mind playing the playing the videos because yeah, there's not really much going on. We got the Starship update. SLS is getting ready to go. Rollout should be next week. Yeah. Kowalski, analysis. Ducati V8 patent drawing. Yeah, Jason, it's pretty cool. Bugatti never made tractors. That's Lamborghini. What if Bugatti made a pickup truck? They would never do it. They're too sophisticated. I'm liking the chops you got going there. Thank you. Yeah, they're pretty cool. Decided to change it up, man. I don't know. I'll tell you, watching that Mercury 7 video though made me want to go freaking get like the hair part, you know, like nice parted and combed hair, which I kind of already have. But yeah, the clean shaven freaking pilot thing going on. I'm too tall though. I'm too tall to be a pilot. I could work on it, you know. Yeah, Grapes, I know about that. Years of FAA reviews. Yeah. It's too big, menthol. It's too big. It's not too big. It's too big. It's not too big. What a great show. I'm so happy they're still doing it. I could watch Caleb just sit and give Jeremy Clarkson crap for a long time because it's really funny, actually. What would you do if you woke up in a new Bugatti? Sell it. Sell it? What the hell am I going to do with that? I don't need that. Sell it and buy a house, man. Sell it and buy a shop so I could work on it, so I could go work on junk. Everyone can't have. You need to let your hair grow so you look like Wolverine from X-Men. So, all right, here. We'll start off with this. Who linked the patent design? Kowalski, analysis. So, Forge, what is this? Ducati V8 patent drawing. Probably the F-250, DJ. I'm not doing it, Jason. I want a kid to win that competition. I don't want to do that. Why? That's a scavenging piston reciprocator. So it looks like one of these pistons goes down and then it pushes the other piston up like what the crankshaft would do. Aren't you losing power from here to here though? Because the throttle response on this is going to be poo-poo. Oh yeah, okay, Jason. Yeah, I gotcha. Why would you do this way? No, okay, all right. That's not the right question. What are they trying to do? Well, Ducati. It's Ducati, so it's a motorcycle engine. So they're trying to make a compact V8, which is why that's why they did this way, so they can fit it into a bike. I'm pretty damn sure. Interesting design though. A lower rotating mass, yeah, I suppose. It's lower rotating mass, but you're going to make less power. I'm telling you, this will rob you of power because the piston isn't pushing through a connecting rod directly to the crank. You're pushing through this, which is pushing through this, which is pushing through the rod. It's like a push rod engine versus overhead valve actuation. You're losing work. Yeah, Mab, it's very, very interesting. I think they built it so it could be lighter and compact. Apparently this weird engine is from a dude called Dieter Hartmann Werthwein. Interesting. Yeah. That's a weird way to do that, man. I'm sure there's a reason. Page says the engineer is aiming for 80 horsepower. I'd be really curious as to what the application is. Why? Like, can you not make 80 horsepower from a 4-banger? Is Ducati putting a V8 in a bike just to say they can put a V8 in a bike? I don't know. Yeah, of course they're firing in pairs. It's a bike engine, Tessa. Yeah, I see how the engine works, guys. Like, I don't... I mean... Yeah, Elvis, I'm sure that link is worth something, but... It actually looks like it'll have all kinds of oiling issues. Yeah, Signer, there's definitely different challenges from articulating 4 pistons off of 1 connecting rod. But once again, I'm sure that they could solve the oiling issues. I mean, before we say, oh, that's not going to work, that is going to work, oiling issues, this, what are they trying to do? You know, that's the real, remember, application, right? Yeah, so far that's my guess, is that they put it in there for it's like that for weight. For weight, they can get more power for less weight. Okay, what's Will Buxton saying? Would love to see its firing order. Yeah. Yeah, right? Huh. Okay, so this is from Will Buxton. Will Buxton is a Formula One commentator. Okay, so what's the competitive order? It's incredibly hard to tell. This is a clean sheet of paper and the biggest rules upheaval in a generation. Maybe ever. I agree with that. But here's a rough idea where I think pace lies and teams might be. Caveat, it's testing and I'm probably wrong. Top tier. Red Bull. Balanced, rapid, no concerns. Ferrari, best preseason I've seen from them in years. Don't say that. Don't give me hope, Will. Don't give me hope. Also, there's already V8 bikes already, so already put a V8 in a Harley. Yeah, but there's never been a Ducati V8, Sebi. Marketing. Remember. 3, Mercedes, work to do, but can't quite bring myself to believe that they're midfield. I agree with that. What's the rule changes this year? Pretty much everything, Magellan. The only thing they didn't change was like the engine and the transmission. Midfield, McLaren very fast. So far they're having trouble stopping the thing. Alpha, fast but fragile. Haas, headline times maybe Gloria runs, but rivals are worried by their pace and potential. Tari, quiet but impressive. Alpine, Glory runs promising, but those above just look that much better. Aston, car was a pig at the start, much better by the end, not quite Alpine. Williams, potential there and some decent promise. Disrupted final days leaves them on the back foot. Interesting. Did Mercedes drop the ball on this one? We don't know yet. I had another idea. Maybe it isn't way to load. Maybe the air cool the engine instead of water cooling and save even more weight. Yeah, Farah, there's definitely a reason. Remember, when you see something crazy like that, don't just say, oh, why are they doing that? That's stupid. Or, oh, man, that's going to be a pain in the butt to blah, 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 blah. That's a really good way to tell people you don't know what you're talking about. What are you trying to do? What are they trying to do? My guess is that they're trying to, with that design, they think they can squeeze more power out of a smaller package with more cylinders. Interesting. Interesting. That's what I would say. I don't know for sure, though. Did you learn anything about that factory cooler Merc supposedly has? I haven't learned anything about it since. But I was thinking for Space News we could talk about the Sabre engine if you want. But I also want to play Railroads Online too before GTA. So maybe I'll save the Sabre engine talk for Tuesday and we'll go from there. I think that would be the right thing to do, because in case there's more information that comes out about it, you know? No, Jim, they're definitely not off the pace. So, Jim, here's my guess. This is my guess as to what teams are doing right now, okay? So say you have like a graph right here, okay? I'm not sure what the axis would be for this. So say you have like delta t. Well, it wouldn't be delta t. It would just be like, I guess pace would be over here. Car, like Formula One pace. You have the, like, how fast you, like, you know, where do you think the car would go, right? Everybody right now is pretty much, like, say this line represents cars like peak performance, okay? So, right? So you have performance here. Like, that's where peak performance is, up here, right? They're not going all the way. They're not pushing it to the maximum, right? What you do, or what I would do if it was me, right? I would test my car around here. If race pace is up here, right? If race pace is up there, I would test my car. Like, say that's where they want to be during a race, up here, okay? I would test here. I would test here. I would test here. I would test here, and I would test here. That way, you make a bunch of plot points, and you can plot that graph, right? And then, physics don't lie. You can get a theoretical maximum of what your car is supposed to do. See what I'm talking about? They're getting to like here or here, but they're not showing their full hand. That will... Plotting all those points at, like, not race pace and the car underperforming, right, can get you a pretty good model, and it gets you a pretty good table, and it should be able to theoretically tell you where your car is at. That way, you could get a good idea how your car is going to perform during the race without actually showing everybody how fast your car is. That's what everyone's doing right now. I'm pretty damn sure. Y-axis should be labeled money. Yeah, okay. Is this like how the shuttle engines can go to 112 in an emergency? Pretty much, Synerd. Yeah, you base rate it at a slow pace, and then you just uprate from there. Exactly. Yeah, same idea. You can actually build a simulated run based on the telemetry alone without any lap time. Yeah, sure. I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it. Point is, like, that's just an example of Hellfish. I'm not saying, like, that's exactly what they're doing. But it's probably something like that. You know, like, they're basically coming up with models. That's what this testing is for. They're coming up with models and tables to be able to plot, fill in the points, and then complete the dotted line, basically, you know? That's not exactly what they're doing. They're doing something like that, because that's how engineering works. That's what they do the same thing with rocket engines all the time. Peter Beck talked about that with Neutron's engines. Neutron's engines, they're going to base rate them here, and they baseline their engines at like half of what it's theoretically capable of doing. That way the engine never basically goes into the red line, so to speak, right? And the engine lasts longer, so it can be reused more. Kind of like a car engine. Car engines are conservatively tuned from the factory so they can last longer. Except GDI engines, but that's... it remains to be seen how long those are going to last. All right. They have their own control centers just like rockets do. Yeah, and they have to take them halfway around the world all the time, which is pretty damn impressive. All right. So, all right. Quick news here. This is coming from Gav. Gav looking at NASA Spaceflight's fleet cam. It looks like Doug came in with the two fairing halves from the Starlink mission, which is pretty neat. That's pretty cool. So another set of fairings reused. Nick is a photographer for NASA Spaceflight, and he shoots the NASA Spaceflight videos too. Look at Booster 4. Going to do a Formula One Manager Fantasy League? I don't know, but there's a Formula One Manager game I'm kind of interested in playing, Foz, to be honest. Also, teams don't want to show their full peak performance. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's why that alleviates. It's not also. That's what I was saying. For example, if Red Bull saw Mercedes laying down super fast times, more likely to challenge the paw. Exactly, dude. Yeah, you got it. You don't want to show your hand. It's a poker game. Good news of Mercedes is they have the worst porpoising of any team right now. Yeah. I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, we'll see. It's coming in the summer. Yeah, Smirks, I know. I was looking to play it. But yeah, we got a grid fin being moved. The little intake holes add a lot of stability. Are we talking about Formula One, Foz, or are we talking about this? This. Are those little intake holes... Do those little intake holes add a lot of stability? Little intake holes. There's no intake on this. What are you talking about? Like these things? The waffle irons? The grid fins? Okay, so a little word on grid fins, right? A lot of people ask me, and Foz, I'll just... this isn't exactly what you're asking, but I'm just going to mention it. So you notice how the grid fins have these semicircle edges on one side, right? You know, a lot of people ask me, are these going to cause drag on the way up? And the answer is no. You know the reason why? You don't have those ridges on the top. These things are very aerodynamic from the top. Air is just going to pass right through it like water through a sieve. No problem. Right? On the way down, though, you see these spikes on the bottom of the grid fin? It's going to disrupt the air, and it's going to create a lot of drag. And that's going to make the grid fins articulate. Also, that grid fin can move a lot. That's a big move by the grid fin. Look at the deflection angle on that grid fin. It's ridiculous. Close up of the tower tracks. What about them? Oh. Oof. When are the mirror aviators and the trucker cap making a comeback? Oh, I don't know, dude. I don't know, Vac. Sometime. Yeah, that's a lot of movement on those grid fins. But yeah, it's spiky on one side to disrupt the air coming in this way. When the grid fin is flying backwards, it doesn't do anything. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anything that flies through the air is going to create a little bit of drag. Even if air is coming at it from a way that's more or less stable, it's still going to create a little bit, but it's a negligible amount. Yeah, Novus, for sure. Anyway, so that's Nick, and Starship Gazer has something. The new booster stand moved underneath the chopsticks. The booster stand was moved underneath the okay. Yep. I think I can extrapolate what's going to happen here. Thomas, I think this pretty much and everybody else, I think this pretty much answers our question about what booster is flying first. The stand is also rotated correctly to receive the booster using the locator pins. Yep. Yep. Yep, they're taking... Long live Booster 7. It looks like they're taking 4 off the pad. Yep. Long live 7. So yeah, 4 and 20. I don't know, man. I can't see any other reason why they would take these things off the pad, why they would take 4 off the pad if they weren't going to launch it, you know? I want my 420 launch. We all do, man. We all do. We all do. Yeah, there's your fuel lines going up to the quick disconnect and stuff. See them right there? The 2 insulated tubes. Oh. This has a winch on one side and then a spool on the other. Ah, that's how that works. Cool. 420's dead. Long live 24/7.
Go at throttle up.
24/7 would be cool. But yeah, I'm pretty dang sure they're gonna lift 4 off with the chopsticks, do a lift test, and then put it on and test this new stand that they're working on. Interesting. Anyway, let's go to our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight and see if that's the case. This footage is coming from NASA Spaceflight. Mary, Boca Chica gal, is the one that took this video along with the NSF robots. Her and Nick and Starbase Live is compiling this footage. And it's posted over on the NASA Spaceflight YouTube channel. If you guys want to go check that out, please go over there and subscribe. Trust me. Booster 4 have the hardware for those pins? Yeah. Yes, it does. Yeah, human, they could. That's what I thought they did. Oh, jeez. Space News yawns. That's what I thought they did, dude. Yeah, they took the stabilizer system off of the quick disconnect. I wonder why. Not sure if you covered it. No, but I will now. I honestly can't think of what's the benefit of chopstick landing. Not why did they do that, TRP? What are they trying to do? What would possibly be the benefit of landing your booster right back on the pad? Think about it, dude. If the tower catches the booster instead of the booster landing, what are they trying to do? What is SpaceX trying to do with Starship? Style points. Well, obviously. It's rapid reuse, man. You don't have to, if your booster has landing legs and stuff, you don't have to pick it up, fold the landing legs up, and move it back to the landing site. If you land it right back on the pad, or catch it in this particular case, and then set the thing right back down, your booster, basically you're ready. The way SpaceX is planning on this is literally launch super heavy, you could land it, and then it's literally ready the next day. Put another Starship on top of it, and you're good to go. Sains, DJ. Yeah, it's going to catch that thing, throw it right back on the pad, and you'd literally be ready to launch the next day. That's the idea. That's what they're trying to do. Remember, always, what are they trying to do? Not why are they trying to, not why did they do that, right? Have more launch pads then, Lucio. And before you say, oh, what do you mean just have more launch pads if a RUD destroys one? Well, SpaceX is already building another one in Florida right now, confirmed. They're building another one of these that you see on your screen. So, yeah, multiple pads clearly is the answer for SpaceX. Oh, one gets destroyed, build another one. They're planning on building another one here in Texas right next to this one, dude. Yeah. At least that's what the plans call for. Yeah, it's nice to look at that, for sure. You think they're going to build 2 at Kennedy.com? Oh, yeah, they are. That other pad, huh? Yeah. Oh, geez. Booster 8. Need at least 50, one in each state. I like the way you think. I'm not yawning, I'm just making faces at you. All of it's 9 mil. Or 9 meter, not 9 millimeter. 3 at Kennedy. LC-49 will be a dual pad. Can we just call LC-49 39C, please? I'm telling you, Ian, you know, maybe I'm hitting that hopium more, all right? I don't care. Build 39C, the actual 39C, and extend the crawler way. NASA would be stupid to not do that. Because you have 4 high bays, and you're using fricking one of them. You're going to be using 2 at the most. If you open up the crawler way, not only do you open up a pad, but you keep the crawler transports operating, and the bill on the VAB is less. You'd be stupid to not do that. If you're insistent on building another pad, NASA's multi-user spaceport. If they're so insistent on that, that's the way to do it. Anything else is a frickin' Band-Aid. Like what they tried to call 39C in the parking lot at 39B. They tried to call it a frickin' launch pad. It ain't no launch pad. No, that's a parking lot. Don't get confused. All right? Don't get confused, NASA. Sorry. I just want to see another pad at 39. What? Is that... I'm a space fan. What do you want from me? Yeah, you tell him. It's an astropad. There you go. That's right. $4 mil stainless. 30X stainless. SpaceX made their own alloy of stainless steel. Yeah, exactly, Thomas, right? So that's booster 8 forward section right there. Looks like they're lowering it onto a stand here. That's an SX-180 lift from United Rentals. I don't know if you guys knew that. There's booster 7 right there. Ah, passing, that would be cool, man. I knew it because of the way it was. Why did I let Sirius convince me to put that damn Typers emote in there? Typers? Frickin' Typers. It's so stupid. Pad over 31? What? No. 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 Complex 31 is not getting used. Ever again. Ever. Oh, hi, Sirius. Typer, I hardly knew her. No, this is not stupid. No, this is not stupid. Look at that. They're getting the paneling up on the wide bay there. I'll have you know. Damn Typers emote. I'll just go coggers on you all. Thank you. Still there. When do you learn? Ad hominem much. Damn it. Big. And you can see the mini starships down here. Do you not think it would be a cool remembrance? I think it's a remembrance the way that it is, DJ. Just leave it. Just leave it, dude. What are they trying to do by having the supports on the outside? What are they trying to do by having the supports on the outside? Well, the interior's got to be hollow so you could put rockets together. So they put all the support structures on the outside. Because remember, like I said, you don't just build a building up like that. You have to have some triangulation on it. If you just build 4 walls and a roof that's 70 meters up in the air, the thing will fall over. Remember, this thing's got to be hurricane proof, right? It'll just fall over. You can tip it and it'll just... So those things on the outside, Morton, are called flying buttresses. It's the reinforcement for the building. They're just on the outside of the building instead of on the inside of the building. You do that when you have a big hollow space on the inside of the building because, well, you're putting rockets together in it, right? Flying buttress. Flying butthole. Tris. What's that, Thomas? Aerial view of the build site from March 2nd. Ooh, sweet. True that, but the one by NASA does not have them on the outside. It's enclosed, right? Yeah, Morton, it is. It's also twice the size of this. And 4 times the volume. Actually, no, it's like 16 times the volume, dude. Twice the height. Yeah. That building right there, this thing, could fit inside of the VAB. Like freestanding inside of the VAB transfer aisle. That's how big the vehicle assembly building is. It's freaking huge. Yeah, the wide bay could fit in the transfer aisle. No problem. Oh, yeah. Probably even in one of the high bays, too, if I had to guess. Yes, I would. Yeah. When you're building... See, the VAB was... They built the structure on the inside because the VAB is freaking huge, dude. Because of the Saturn V. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and keep in mind, they're also not building rockets in the VAB. They assemble them in there. Not being from the States myself, you said hurricane proof. Is Texas prone to hurricanes? Yeah. It's rare for a hurricane to take this direction towards Texas, towards this part of Texas camp, but it does happen, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Not as much as Florida. Florida is... So, here, little weather guy, are you here? Help me out on this. So, there's the, what is it, the ocean currents? That's what they're called. The currents in the ocean go around in a circle like this, right? The winds, what is that called? I freaking always get the name wrong. So there's the jet stream, Gulf Stream, jet stream, El Nino convection, yes. Sounds like you're thinking of a few things. Well, the track that hurricanes come. The hurricanes usually come up here, right? And they usually go up the Atlantic coast. Or they come up here and they take a right somewhere. Your mother. So, like, they can go... Actually, the winds and stuff can blow them around. And they have, like, a cone. Right? They come from over here. And they can basically go anywhere... Anywhere in here. They could go anywhere up in here. It really depends. Yeah, see, the thing about hurricanes is that once they hit land, they really die out. It's the water, the warm water that keeps them, crazy. Sea Smirks is last. Yeah, see here, look. Bingo. Yeah, see, they kind of swirl around in the Atlantic Ocean, so they usually go up the coast, but they can go to South Texas as well. That's a thing. Yeah. I don't know if it's the Gulf Stream or the Jet Stream or the Airstream. I'm pretty sure that's a camper. But yeah, they come off the coast of Africa and then they go out to sea. and they cross the Atlantic and come up here. Yeah, they can form pretty much anywhere in here. What pads are left that would be usable for more rockets? There's a bunch, dude. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. 4 gigabyte cities update. Really? So, camp, long story short, they are susceptible to hurricanes. It's pretty rare that a hurricane goes out that far west. But yeah, dude, they do. Boca Chica's already been hit by a hurricane, dude. Yeah. Trade winds, that might be what you might be thinking of, EJ. In equatorial waters, the prevailing flow is east to west, called trade winds. Give you a guess how it has its name. Because of farming. No, I get you. Yeah, camp, there's hurricane season. Yeah, every year. From basically the middle of summer till like the middle of winter. Yeah, that's hurricane season, man. Yeah, especially in the fall. Fall is when it hits peak. Like September, October, and it's crazy because like sometimes Mother Nature gets real pissed, and it's just hurricane after hurricane after hurricane after hurricane after hurricane. Sometimes you get nothing. June to November. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's kind of just depends. Depends on if Mother Nature's mad. Beautiful nature until it tries to kill you. Yeah, Vaxock, you just generally want to get away from a hurricane. Yeah, we have storms. They are naming them now, but they are nothing compared to your weather systems. Dude, the U.S. is... We got all kinds of crazy stuff over here. We got nutso earthquakes on the West Coast. Tornadoes in the Midwest. That's not something that happens... Do tornadoes occur anywhere else? I would assume yes, but I don't want to assume. The tornadoes in the Midwest are scary, dude. Those things they pop up out of nowhere. They'll just, boom, tornado. Oh, your house is gone. Bye. Yeah, dust devils. So many things factor into hurricanes. You need instability, little wind shear, warm water. Then you need those consistents to persist to feed the storm and not have anything to block or kick it away. Yeah. There was a tornado in Poland last year. I mean, dude, there's tornado season in Kansas pretty much all the time. And tornadoes can pop up literally out of nowhere. You got a tornado in Ottawa a few years ago. 95% of tornadoes are in the U.S. or something. Yep. Yeah, Basu, yeah, right? Yeah, we got wildfires over here. We got hurricanes. We got blizzards. We got it all. We got every type of weather system here. We got all kinds of stuff. Tornadoes are scary, though, because they come out of nowhere without warning. Like, a thunderstorm can just be passing through, and then, right conditions. Here, have a Category 5 tornado. Watch Twister. Yeah, no, they mess things up, dude. In fact, that area during Route 154 where I threw the tire, that's Tornado Alley. A tornado hit Joplin, Missouri a couple of years ago, and it wiped it pretty much. It didn't wipe the city off the map, but it was pretty damn close. And then very recently, like Bowling Green, Kentucky got wailed on by a tornado, and it just, dude, no town left. Nothing. Gone. Bye. Just gone. Out of nowhere. Yeah, tornadoes are scary, dude. Hurricanes and tsunamis, you can see those things coming. Tornadoes are harder to predict. Joplin was bad. Yeah, Joplin is not a small city by any means, and a tornado wiped it off the map. Like, guys, look at the result of a tornado disaster. It's not like, it's just like, we're talking about, like, no more city. The city is gone. If it goes through, it's gone. It's like in City Skylines. When the tornado comes through, it just wipes stuff off the map. Yeah, tornadoes at night. Yeah, exactly. Like that one that popped in. That's what you have here. Vesuvius. Oh, water spouts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Starbase is the first private spaceport. Yep. Yeah, no, the one that hit Bowling Green, Kentucky a couple of months ago, it was a thunderstorm tornado, and it popped up in the middle of the night. Yeah. Those people got wailed on, dude. It's pretty bad. Yeah. And yeah, actually, there's a good one for Joplin. Take a look. Dude, when I say wipe the city off the map, I mean it wiped the city off of the map. Like, oh, here, half of your city is gone. All right, enjoy. Not good. It went right through the center of that place. Yeah. Yeah, now, don't get me wrong. Boca Chica doesn't get that. They don't get that. They get hurricanes, but even then, the hurricanes are mild through there. However, you know the guys that built these buildings made them Category 5 hurricane proof. That's part of the reason why it has all that reinforcement on the outside. Because you don't build near the south, you don't build near the Atlantic Ocean and not make something hurricane proof if you live in the southeast part of the United States, or even the south central part. Anywhere near the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Ocean, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, you build stuff to be hurricane proof. Everything, and that's like building codes and stuff like that you have to make, just like you have to dig a retention pond for a structure in Florida. It's part of the building codes. You have to make it hurricane proof. Any new construction. Supposedly the 39A HIF is the safest building in the KSC area hurricane wise. Yep. Is 39 hurricane proof? Yeah, of course. A hurricane hit the VAB in 2018 and knocked a couple of panels out, and that's about it. With global warming, I think they don't want to get swept away in the next 50 years. The VAB in Complex 39 New Century isn't going anywhere. The sea would have to rise 20 feet even to cause minor damage to those pads with flooding. Yeah, it's not happening. They built them up on hills on purpose for that exact reason. Yeah, they made sure that they would never flood. The water naturally goes around the pads in the VAB and floods everything else. Yeah. Engineering, man. Yeah, no, the pads in Kennedy, those ain't going nowhere. Yeah, the sea would have to rise a pretty high amount for it to flood those pads. Yeah, even a storm surge, Magellan, the pads are built with, like, dude, look, they're built with drainage culverts all over the place to get water away from the pad. That's the key. And that's, once again, part of the building codes down in Florida. We see it right now with the new construction at Roberts Road. So when they went to make all this stuff, okay, so here's a giveaway. Look at Cochrane Cove right here in East and West Creek. You see how light that is? You see how light the water is? If you're looking at something from a satellite view, the lighter the color is on a lake or a body of water, the shallower it is. Why? Because the ground is reflecting through the water, right? Look at the turning basin. This is right next to the VAB. Look at the turning basin. That is deep, very deep. Because they built the VAB on a huge pad. You can literally see it. See it? Stops right there. Goes down the crawlerway. Continues over here. It's all built on a gigantic tile. Like the facilities in Kerbal are all on raised up tiles. Same thing. Oh yeah, same thing. And then go down here, right? You see there's the turning basin right there, right? Look at that. Gee, look at Pintail Creek. They're all built on a giant hill. See? And then look at Gator Hole right there. That was used to make 39B. See? Those ain't going nowhere. Not for a long time. And even then, if you go and zoom in on 39, check it out. It's not something that, like if you're not looking for this, you wouldn't see it. But see all these ditches right here? Discharge pipes, drainage culverts. It's designed to get water away from the pad. See them? See them? Look, they're everywhere. So even if the pad floods, all the water is going to drain out of it real quick. Trust me, they built these things to last. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah, thanks, Johnny. Ain't going nowhere. And it's not just that. The ITL Causeway is the same way. Look at that. You can literally see where they dredged. It looks like we messed around with it in cities and used the terrain tool to dig this deep. And then all this, that's all reclaimed. It's all reclaimed and raised up. This is all way high off the ground. I've driven down this road many times. It's all up in the air. It's hard to tell from this picture, but easier to spot like right here. Look at the brush from the photogrammetry as opposed to the road. The ground is down here somewhere. These things are all like, I don't know, 5 meters? 5 meters off of ground height? Easily. These pads ain't going nowhere. And all of this, every single building near the coast in Florida is built like that, frankly. It's not just Kennedy Space Center. All this new stuff, all this construction here is all built the same way. The bigger the footprint of a building, the heavier the building in Florida, the bigger a pond you need next to it. I can give you another good example if you really want. Here, let's go down here. Who knows what this is? Everybody talks about how the Magic Kingdom has a huge city underneath it. Oh, there's a huge city underneath it. It has all these utilidors. You can walk. There's an entire bunker complex underneath it. You know, and then people say like, oh, it's for this. Oh, it's for this. Oh, it's for this. One, it's so cast members can move around without being unseen. So you don't see a spaceman in the Western world, right? But if you look at the Magic Kingdom, they're right. It's raised. It's raised very high up off the ground. Anybody that's been here, right? See, look at the monorail track. Dead giveaway. See how it goes downhill? Look at it. The entire Magic Kingdom's built like 100 feet off of the ground height. You would never know. Now, the thing is, where the hell did they get all the dirt to build all that? Well, that's what the Seven Seas Lagoon is there for. The Seven Seas Lagoon is man-made. They dug up a huge mound of dirt. Look at the size of the Seven Seas Lagoon. And then look at the size of the Magic Kingdom. They're about the same size. Yeah, because that wasn't there. That was land. That looked like this. Yeah, that's all man-made. All up in there. Look at the canal is a dead giveaway. Also, yes, that is a road that goes under a canal. This is all man-made. Everything in Florida has to have a footprint like that. Look next to every major building, you're going to see a big lake that's designed to displace the footprint. See it right there? Right there for Space Mountain? See that? Drainage culverts, retention pods. They're all over the place. Heck, even the parking lots. See? Now, Disney, when they made this, they made it smart. They made a canal system, right? To help deal with water. That's what this is. Also, it marks the property line, by the way. Man, how cool would it be to actually live like right there? Oh, yeah. What's over there? Ah, it's Disney World. All right. Let's build in a swamp, but higher. I mean, Vaxlock, when you say it like that, it sounds really dumb. But also, at the same time, that's not really dumb. That's a really smart idea. Look at Epcot. You think the Seven Seas Lagoon was there by accident? No way. That's entirely man-made so they could raise all this stuff up. It was smart. Very smart engineering. Very smart. That's why I like Disney so much, because the engineering is amazing. But yeah, look at here. I'll show you my old apartment complex when I lived in Florida. Another great example. I mean, just out of the many that are there. Let's see. There's Winter Park. There's Aloma right here. All right, so check this out. See the apartment complex? It's L-shaped, right? When I was in college, I lived in that apartment right there. Second story. That apartment. That was my apartment. It was brand new. See the big retention pond? You're going to build a tall apartment complex like that out of concrete. It has to be hurricane proof. These buildings are heavy. So you have to build a place for you have to build them up on a mound, and you have to build a place for all the water to go. That's what this pond is for. Compare that to an older construction over here. These apartments are way older than those ones, right? No retention pond. Those apartments flooded. Yeah, I remember. I had buddies that lived there. They flooded when it rained. True story. See? Every area has a retention pond in Florida. They're all over the place. You have to. It's part of the building codes, because if you don't, you're going to make a building that just And if it rains, it's just going to flood. See? Even UCF, see the ponds around UCF? That's all man-made. Oh yeah, they're all man-made ponds. Not those ones. Those ones right there, those are real. those are real. I lived off Michigan Avenue, then in Altamont Springs. Cool, yeah, right on. With a lake outside your bedroom window, how about mosquitoes? I mean, I never went outside when I was down there, so yeah, mosquitoes weren't bad. But I don't care what anybody says. Florida summer nights in Florida, actually just nights in Florida, are amazing. Especially if you live kind of not in the city. Dude, you go outside and it's 70 degrees out, so 20 C, 70 Fahrenheit, perfect temperature, no humidity, and you go outside, all you can hear is crickets and frogs. It's cool. It's really, real chill. Real chill. You're just like, it's super relaxing. I don't care what anybody says. Super relaxing. Yeah, there's mosquitoes, of course. But yeah, super relaxing. I love it. That's something that I did do. I didn't go outside that much, but when I did, it was just to take a break, go outside and just sit on my porch and just watch frickin' just look out into nothing. Just watch the lake fountain go. Yeah, did that from time to time. There's not crocs down there. There's gators. Crocodiles are Australia. Yeah, I like it down there, man. It's nice. Real nice. What's your favorite structural masterpiece in the world? VAB. Either that or the Pantheon in Rome. The Pantheon is cool. I like the Pantheon. Largest freestanding dome ever constructed, and it's like 2,000 years old. Yeah, pretty much, Caviar, yeah. Why exactly? Because the Romans were great engineers, dude. Like, yeah, freestanding, but I don't think you realize how big that damn thing is. The Pantheon is freaking huge. They built this with no construction cranes, no nothing. I mean, how do you build that with no cranes? Like, don't get me wrong, this is not that big of a deal by modern standards. We could build something like that, but they built something like that, no cranes, no Liebherr 11,000, no mechanical tools. They built that 2,000 years ago. That's freaking impressive, dude. Aliens! Yeah, right. No United Rentals. Scaffolding. Yeah, lots of scaffolding. Like that, or the Colosseum. Like they built that, no cranes, nothing. How do you build that without a crane? How is that even possible? I mean, it's freaking ridiculous. That's absurd. How do you do that? The Romans had hoists. Yeah, I know. Okay, still mechanical hoists, for Christ's sake. That's like, oh, well, they had hoists, so now it's easy? What are you, nuts? Look at Circus Maximus. Frickin' the original NASCAR track. I mean, it's destroyed. It got razzed. I forget when. Yeah. Chariot racing track. Oh, forced labor. Oh, okay, guys. It's all right. The Romans used forced labor, so it was now it was an easy task. You guys are missing the point completely. You're missing the point completely. Take a look at the arena of Verona. Also free labor. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes it. Yeah, no. They use slave labor. So, yeah, no. It's not an engineering feat now because they use slave labor. Man, you guys. Can you be so freaking tone deaf? That doesn't mean it was easy to do at all. If anything, it means those people had to work harder. You know, it was a hard task. That's what I'm getting at. What about Egyptian engineering? Same thing. And Egyptian engineering was 2,000 years before this. You throw enough men at something and it'll be finished. Nice try, Stalin. Anyway, yeah, no, pretty awesome feats of engineering, dude. But anyway, let's get back into Starship. But yeah, these buildings are hurricane rated, absolutely. Speaking of cool domes, the dome of the Florence Cathedral is nuts. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I think you are Stalin Space News. Nice try. Nice try. No one has yet mentioned the Great Wall of China. Even the, what's it called? The Forbidden City, man. Hell of a piece of engineering. Like, it's pretty awesome, dude. Humans are pretty cool. We could build some pretty cool stuff, or we could wreck it. I like the building part. I don't need to do the wrecking part. Okay, what do we got here? Yeah. Terracotta Army, man. Well, actually... EJ gave you bad marks for that. The Romans built that epic stadium, and then their idea of entertainment was watching slaves fight each other to the death in it. Oh, boy. Judging history through the frame of modern progressivism. That seems healthy. Think people would do that? Burbs. They had no Counter-Strike Go. That's a good point, Ja. Truck. Come to me. Come to my face. Starhopper looks beaten up. It's been there the longest. It's been there longer than anything. Also, what is that? You think gantry crane parts? Booster transport stand moved to the launch site. Quick disconnect arm looks weird without the grabby arms. They've been removing more than the arm stuff today. Ooh. Huh. Alright. Not much on the Starship updates, dudes, but yeah, that's what we got. Anything else? SN11 parts fell on Starhopper. That's true. WWE is just a Western Idol agency. Changed my mind. Huh. When do you start liking trains again? Pretty much now. Pretty much now. I'll read that later, Forge. Oh, there's a photo from March 7th of Starbase. That's what I wanted to show. Oh yeah, we also have a little bit, another bit of news here coming from Huntsville. Okay. I covered that yesterday, DJ. All right, so let's take a look here. So this is a RGV aerial photo. What do we got here? This is of Boca Chica. Let's take a look. I'll start left to right. Wow, man, this is a big picture. Oh, well, there it is. Astronomical Observatory. Crane storage, SPMTs. This is a really high-res picture, man. Damn. There's just an aero control surface right there. Astronomicon, Gigliaronanamasomicon. Find Waldo. There's a tracking station, South Texas tracking station. Starlink ground station. Ooh. Man, that's a lot of wires. Look at all the wires that are up in there. Mars Pathfinder RV park. Nice. There's the... Oh, some houses are gone. Pretty sure this is all within, like, with the exception of like Mary and a couple of other people. This is all SpaceX housing. I know what you meant, dude. Yeah, man, look at all this. This is unreal. Unfreaking believable. Ground fabrication building. Booster 8. That's the one we saw. Oh no, they're moving those parts into the bays, I think. Cargo door barrel. New electrical cabling. Oh. Oh, that's going to be the electrical for the new building. We saw, yeah, see the cable runs right into there. There's the electrical for your new building. Where's it coming from? My guess is it's probably going to find its way over here. Just, I don't know. I don't know what gave that away. Mary ever get eminent domain? SpaceX can't eminent domain people. Cameron County could, but they're not going to. It's Texas. That's frowned upon down there. Yep. Those are conduits. They're putting conduits in all over the place, actually. Oh, look. Oh, look, fellas. Another drainage culvert. Gee. I wonder why. You guys know what that's for. I agree, Ian. That's probably what it's for. I mean, considering the harness goes right into where that new building is supposed to be. Man, they're actually building a big factory down there. They're building a factory while the factory is in production. All right. There's the Buckner crane. There's some grid fins right there. Welcome to Hydraulic Press Channel. Hello. Oh, there's the green OBS. It's there. Yes. There's the green truck. Look. See it? See the 97 quad cab. Yes. Yes. It's there. I was looking for it. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, I was looking for the OBS Ford. I was looking for it. It's there. What a Chad tier truck that is. Look at that thing. Oh, it's so cool. So what? Sorry. Oh my god. That's funny. I can't believe it's in the picture. That's amazing. There's Waldo, baby. Yeah. Ship 21. Man, look at all the staging that they have for this. Look at all the freaking barrel segments. Jeez. And that wide bay, though. It's going to be freaking huge. These pictures from RGV are amazing. There's the can crusher. Booster 2, booster 2.1. Old booster test stand. There's booster 5. 15, 22, 16. 15 flew. If you met the owner, you'd be offering money for the truck? Yeah. Yeah, that truck's mint. No rust, dude. Trucks like that aren't up here, Dave. You know. Trucks like that, you don't get trucks like that up here. Tough Enough is a freaking anomaly, man. Every other truck, every other 96 Ford that's up here is freaking rusted. It has holes everywhere. Mint, isn't that the color as well? Yep. Yep. Let's see. Let's look at the gas site. Let's see what's going on over here. Whoa. Yo, the power plant. Yo, I haven't seen this before. There's your power plant, and they're using SN2 as a freaking tank. That's funny, man. Are the rockets here pressurized? Yep, to an extent. Yeah, to an extent. Yeah, I'd keep them pressurized. Yep, they're using just leftover parts. What do we got over here? Booster stands, booster 6 thrust section, absorption column. Yeah, look at all the staging, man. That's crazy. It's crazy that we could just look at this. That's so nuts. I wonder what's going on right here. They've clearly graded something out right there. Old water purification plant, no longer used. New plant is around SN2. All right, Zelly. Get that homework done. Air separation plant, it produces nitrogen. There were 2 more of those columns there, but they were moved to their new home at the Cape. Yeah, they moved those to the Cape. That's right. This is great, dude. There's so much cool stuff around here. I love looking at it. I love looking at this stuff. It's so neat. I also like spying on the cars, I'm not going to lie. Anything cool? Tesla, pickup truck, pickup truck, Corvette. Hey, ooh, Corvette. It's a Chevy, it's a piece of junk. There's a Challenger right there. Anything else? Where's that single cab step side OBS Ford that was here? Is blue. Yeah, it's not there. That guy's gone. Yeah, it's not there. It's gone. Yeah, the pads are over here. Actually, to get the right distance, the pads would be like right where my mouse cursor is. I may have changed my name, but still take offense to that Chevy junk comment. Hey, somebody has to like the pieces of junk. I'll sit there and take the truck. Hey, you don't see any Chevys that old frickin' chilling around here, do you? Where's the 97 GMC Sierra? Oh, wait, it's in the junkyard. Meanwhile, the 96 Ford is still rolling. This is a great picture from RGV. That's really cool. Still see plenty of GMT 400s. GMT 400s. EJ definitely isn't biased. No, here, speaking and not being biased about stuff, look at this. I see way more GMT 400s than what the hell is the GMT 400? GMT 400. Let's go right here. Dude, I don't see any of these up here, to be honest. Yeah, no. I see everybody has an OBS plowed truck, dude. I never see those things around here. They rusted out a long time ago. Yeah, they rusted out. They rusted out a long time ago. You see those all over the place? Dude, those things are long gone around here. I see way more OBS Fords up here than I do those. Interesting, Kaiser. Huh. No, they're still around as rust on the roads, dude. Actually, having a Gen 3 GMT 400 probably gets you some good money. Having one of these things with a 454 in it, you probably sell that for good money around here. Those things rusted out a long time ago. And don't get me wrong, the OBS Fords that are driving around here aren't exactly clean either. But yeah, there's those, I mean, like, that's my testament of a good truck. I still see OBS Fords all the time. They're everywhere. Yeah, you see them a lot more than you think. I don't see many of those. The Chevy trucks, and Kaiser, we had this conversation. The Chevy trucks that I see the most of around here that are still running are those. The 800 and the 900. Those, look, I love my Ford trucks, but I'm going to tell it like it is. In the early 2000s, GM made a better truck. Ford's Aero style was a failure. That was stupid. It was a terrible freaking truck. That's a nice truck. Those things are impossible to kill. You needn't look no further than Cletus's channel. They have one of those and they beat the trash out of it. It's just like, man, all right. Whatever. Those things are nice trucks. Those are good. That's a good piece of equipment right there. All right, let's see what else we got. '85 C10, dude. That truck's worth a lot of money. Good luck finding a single cab 8-foot box anymore. That's why I like my truck, CW, because that's what it is. Freaking, I got my single cab 8-foot box, dude. I could put sheets of drywall in this sucker. It's great. Not that I need to, but it's still cool, you know? Anyway, let's see what we got. Blue Origin Rocket Engine Company expanding in Alabama. All right, let's see. Best truck ever made was the Danger Ranger. Not yet, that's right. It's probably because I live in Flint, where everyone drives GMs. But I see 5 GMT 400s for every OBS Ford. See, Doug, my fiance is from Dearborn. So all I saw when I was over there is OBS Fords. That's funny to me, dude. Yeah, if it's Flint, it's going to be GM. If it's Dearborn, it's going to be Ford. That makes me laugh, man. That's really funny. Oh, my goodness. Blue has apparently opened an office in Reston, Virginia. It will support their advanced development program. Cool. I guess auto manufacturers crap where they eat. Ew. I'd love to find something like that, but the world is really liking your fuel-sipping Kia. Yeah. I mean, my trucks, lulls, the truck's a manual. I could probably get 20 miles to the gallon in tough enough if I really, really knew what I was doing. I can get 30 in the Mustang if you hypermile it. Well, actually, if you hypermile, you probably get more, but yeah. You eat pieces of crap for breakfast? No. All right, let's keep going with the last Space News article and then railroads. Blue Origin is hiring more than 300 new engineers, machinists, technicians, and expanding its Huntsville rocket engine plant to meet the needs of its customer, ULA, and power its own rockets. The plant grew to just north of 300 employees in 2020, its first year of operation, and is looking to grow significantly as we move through this year. Well, there you go. Actually, this is a good article because this gives me a pretty good indicator. Because somebody's probably, yep, it already happened. Where are my engines, Jeff? Well, fellas, think about it like this. Back to Space News real quick. Trucks aside. I can talk about trucks all day. Why would Blue be expanding right now? Anybody? Who knows? Take a guess. Why would you want to expand right now? I like that picture, Sawyer. I like both of those trucks for what it's worth. Yep. You got it right, awesome.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
They're expanding for mass production, meaning that that's a pretty damn good indicator that the BE-4 is good to go. Yeah. They're expanding to be able to mass produce the motors. Because they are already late, and their initial BE-4 production capacity was like 12 engines per year. Yeah. Okay. No, I'm going to go with the way I said it. Floating. Joke. Caligulard, 74 months. Thanks, man. And then T-Money had a sub in there, too. 17. Whoop, whoop. All right, cool. Let's see what else we got. Harris confirmed the site preparation visible. That site preparation visible now beside the plant in Huntsville's Cummings Research Park is for expansion. Blue Origin in Huntsville spent the pandemic supporting the company's main engine plant in Kent, Washington, with parts for the company's BE-3 and BE-4 engines. We are now in the process of actually building our first set of complete engines through the facility. Those first engines will be produced this year. The BE-3 series, smaller, the Blue Origin's 2 engine lines, powers the company's new Shepherd and the BE-4 and will help lift the bigger New Glenn rocket. It's the upper stage engine. The BE-4 is designated the main engine for Vulcan, for ULA's Vulcan, which is in Decatur. It's down the street. Part of the facility expansion in Huntsville is to make those engines in Alabama. The company has also been refurbishing the Marshall Space Flight Center's historic test stand 4670, which NASA leased to the company to test the engines. We're getting very close. They're still doing quite a bit of retrofitting. As you learn, anytime you retrofit something that's over 60 years old, it takes a little bit more, and there's a little bit more that you unearth that was discovered. Harris says he expects to be testing the BE-3 in the next couple of months, followed shortly by the BE-4. We're growing our capacity over at 4670. As I always tell them, within the next couple of months, I'll be looking forward to hearing Blue roar as you start seeing us test engines at the historic site over there. Your favorite thing to shut up about. All right. Asked if Blue Origin owner Jeff Bezos will be coming to see the test stand and look at the expanded factory, Harris said he couldn't say. But I do look forward to the day when we really start rolling out engines and having that opportunity to truly showcase the factory to the founder and CEO. Anytime you have senior leadership that's really invested as you are, it speaks high volumes to where you really see us going. All right, well, let's go take a look. Will they be changing the BE-3 to make it more vacuum optimized? BE-3 is different than the BE-3U. New Shepard has the BE-3U. BE-3, yes, Jax. It's a expander cycle. The BE-3U is a tap-off cycle. All right, so ULA is in Decatur right there. Let's go Cummings Research Park. So Cummings Research Park is right there. Marshall is right here. The test stand, 4670 test stand, which was used to test the first Saturn V first stage, is right there. You can see it's about the size, it's 10-meter diameter, and it's been modified to test something else. They put fuel tanks there instead. But it's about the size of a Saturn V first stage. This is where they did all the dynamic testing on the first stage, including a full duration static fire. That's where they green runned it. A lot of people don't know. They green run the Saturn V stage here, right? Or maybe it was the engine section. I forget. They green runned it there. Actually, let me take a look. Let me just check something. Nope. Yep, they tested it here. There's a heavy loading dock right there where they could offload Saturn stages. Yep. See the infrastructure? And then it went right up here. And then you have a high radius corner right there. Went right up here. And that road basically leads right to the test stand. Yep. There's your heavy infrastructure. So, they did test the first stage here. And then they did this is where they tested it. They did full duration fires at Stennis. They static fired every single stage for this during the Saturn program. Just like SpaceX. Same idea. They did test fires at 4, 6, and 8 there. Was it for 4, 6, and 8, Ian? Refresh my memory, dude. I thought this was just SA500F, but I could be wrong. You're going to like this album. Okay. So yeah, Blue bought that for testing their engines. I thought they were originally going to use it for a new Glencore, but it seems to be just for engine testing. I'll defer to your judgment, Ian. I trust you. Yep, there they go. Yeah, wow, that's looking good, man. Look at how clean it is. Marshall did the first fires of the fleet, which were built at Marshall, actually. Right on, even better. Wait, they were built there? Where did they build them? Ian, you got teach me something now. Let's go. Where did they build them? Oh. No, that building's not big enough. We're looking for a Michoud sized build. Yep, okay. I'm going to go ahead and guess it was probably here. I don't know, the building with that 10-meter door. No idea, but they built the Saturn V S1C test articles in S1C 1 through 3 there, and then 4 to 15 at Michoud. It's probably because it wasn't ready. They were probably trying to go fast, don't you think? Well, it could be that one, too. Nah, that's the bathroom. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, once again, it's part of the reason why the Apollo program was so ridiculously expensive. They built all of this for the Apollo program, including that monstrous test stand. Personally, I like the dynamic test stand. I think the dynamic test stand is cooler. Ian, I'd be interested to do a dive on chasing the infrastructure. Let's chase the infrastructure real quick before we go look at Cummings Park. So that road is clearly heavy load rated right there. I mean, look at the grade and everything on it. It's really easy to spot. So up here, the heavy road goes up here. I can tell it's heavy. It's a heavy road, like that's rated for something big, because it's randomly just 8 lanes wide. That's not a coincidence. It's because it's used to move. It was used to move rocket stages. Let's see what we got, dude. So the radii on this is not too bad, even though it suggests that that's also a heavy lift road. This looks like concrete that was paved over. You could still see the seams from the concrete. Yep. Something down here was used for Saturn stages. Just here, though. Just these buildings. Alright, so let's keep going. See how big that freaking road is? It's huge. Oh, we got a big radius right here. Let's see what's down here. Might it be the building that has a 10-meter door in the front? And also looks like it has some spacecraft test articles? That probably has something to do with it. See how the road gets really, really freaking big and then it gets really, really skinny right there? Because that's not rated for moving rocket stages around. But the interesting thing is also that you have a gigantic radius right here. See stuff like that? That's usually something that requires a big turning radius because it can't get around that corner. Interesting. I wonder what's down there. Anyway. So that road ends right here and you have a big radius to the left. But it also goes through here and turns into there. Let's see. Huh. Why would they do that? Redstone was actually there before the Apollo program. Yeah, I know it's the Redstone Arsenal. Yeah, but most of this equipment was Apollo. The big stuff. The 4670 test stand, the Saturn V dynamic test stand. Yikes. Frickin' bone dry flame bucket, man. Look at that. That's crazy. You guys realize that flame is like 1,000 feet long, right? 300-meter flame coming out of there. Yeah. Looks a bit on the loud side. Yeah. Yeah. Freaking 100-meter flame, dude. Whatever. Whatever. Alright. So the heavy road goes up here and it leads right to these facilities. Ian, I'm going to go ahead and guess that that's where they built them, right there. Find something with a 10-meter door. That one has a huge door on it. That one did have a huge door on it at one time. They bottled it up and built that little guy instead. That one has a huge door on it. And that one looks like the TCAT that Blue Origin has. And it has a very, very tall door. Tall enough to, oh, I don't know, take a Saturn V first stage, bring it in horizontally and turn it vertically and put it on a stand. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and say it's here because that's where all the heavy roads lead to. All the heavy roads lead to that heavy infrastructure right here. There's also something over here, and I don't know what that is. But it has a very, very obnoxiously big door, so who knows? Maybe they... That looks newer, though. These ones look old, so... There was also... I also noticed something. Novus, like this stuff up here was the Redstone Arsenal. All this stuff down here was built during the Apollo program, if I'm remembering right. Please correct me if I'm wrong. Ian, I also noticed something. There's a radius right there. So where does this lead to? It leads to that building, whatever that building is. That building, it looks like a plain Jane office building with... Oh, there's a missile on the front lawn. There's a surface to air missile on the front lawn. So yeah, that explains that heavy infrastructure. They're doing some kind of testing down there. I don't know. See how that has a radius though? Let's just look down here a little. What is all this? Ah. Wonder what they're doing down there. I haven't been... No, I've never been to Alabama. Ever. Kev. Never. Lots of redstone. Yeah, well, that's why everything's red. Oh, yeah, all the test stands and such. I'm not sure what got added. The LVSA also was made at Marshall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Novus, I still want... I want this. Can I have that? Please? And you know what? I'll take the test stand with me. I'll take the test stand. Oh, well that's good, Pi. Yeah. Can I have this? No, that's the Saturn 1 test article. Saturn 1 first stage test article. And it's real. That's not like a dummy stage. That's a real stage. They tested it in this test stand and then left it there after whatever. I don't like how rusty that test stand is. That pisses me off. I don't like it. What would you do with it? I don't... put it inside as a start. Do you think the fact that SpaceX is vertically integrated will lead to an advantage with their production? SpaceX is not vertically integrated anymore. They used to be. They manufacture in Boca Chica and Hawthorne. They were at one point, dude. And yes, it did work to their advantage, absolutely. S1C tank to thrust structure. Yeah, there you go. That looks like one of those tall buildings. And it has the train tracks on either side. So yeah, that building they forward joined the stages together. Or well, not forward joined, they joined all the parts of the stage together. Bro. Yeah, I understand. Now, see, Ian, now this makes sense. This makes sense why they went to Michoud, because it looks like they were using a bunch of different buildings to put these damn stages together. That picture was taken right here, looking into that building. So this is the building that they use to assemble. That's their high bay. That's the high bay for the Saturn stages. It's very strange, dude. The parallels are weird now that I'm thinking about it. So what I'm reading, Marshall built the first 3 test articles, first 2 S1Cs because Michoud was still being outfitted, and Michoud was being prepared for mass production. Ian, history repeats itself. This is their Boca Chica tent facility, man, for the Saturn V. That's the tents. And Michoud is what comes after that. And what do you think they're building at the Cape and at Boca Chica? History doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. Interesting. Interesting, Thomas. Literally what just came to my mind, Michoud is Roberts Road. It is. It is. That's so strange. And we talked earlier about how Falcon 1 is SpaceX's Mercury program. Falcon 9 is SpaceX's Gemini program. Starship is the... It's weird. The parallels are there, and it's very strange. Even right down to the engineering. That's really strange, dude. Last, what's up, Novus? You should go find the Space and Rocket Center. You probably like some stuff there. Yeah. I like what's going on right here. But also, yeah, oh, there was a factory there. It ain't there no more. Space and Rocket Center isn't far from here, though, isn't it? Here. I'll look for that, and then we will go... There's the Army Airfield. Yeah. Couple of Chinooks, couple of UH-60s. General Aviation over there. Alright, Cummings Research Park. Oh, there's the Space and Rocket Center. Centaur G. Pathfinder, ASRBs, MPTA, Atlas Missile, Redstone, Jupiter, Juno. Juno? That looks like an Atlas D if I had to guess. That's a Saturn 1. There's a Chinook over there, Huey. Not the parachute drop, up and down thing. A bunch of missiles over here. Whoa. Wait a minute. Fellas, what's that? I know what it is. What is it? You know what I mean when I say what is that? I know it's Skylab. I understand that. What Skylab is it? Why is this outside? Stop this. What? Why is all this outside? No. I didn't know that, Jim. It's got to be some kind of test article. I don't... Underwater trainer, I think. Oh. Cool. Seriously, though. This all... Yeah, there's a Saturn V in there. They got a yellow submarine. I saw it too. And then there's an A-12 or an SR-71 sitting outside. Stop this. Stop this now. What is all this? This place is gnarly, by the way. Holy crap. Up. Oh, what's... Found some more pictures. Wow. Oh, I just please, oh. Yeah, this is this for research, the research and development. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, you gotta remember that we needed to figure out how to frickin' do all this stuff, dude. These are all the facilities that it costs to figure out how to do super heavy lift. It's crazy, man. There's so much of it. They're not circumferential. Dude, that's got to be hand welded. Or at least, like... It's got to be, like, could it be hand welded? I don't know. Like, I can't tell. Definitely looks hand welded, judging by the linishing lines on this thing. It wasn't stir welded, that's for sure. On the other dome in the other picture. Oh. That is a very weird way to weld that bulkhead. But that's probably, doesn't really matter. It's probably what works. Wow. That's super freaking cool, dude. Oh, that's so gnarly, man. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, 16 command modules in there. Yep. This is just aircraft corrosive prevention material. Aircraft, it's aluminum, so they spray it with this green stuff. Bill, the aircrafts are still sprayed with this stuff. It's anti-corrosion primer. That's what it's called. Sorry, I couldn't zig when I should have zagged. Oh, dude, you know what's super interesting? Look at. They made an SPMT for this thing, right? So the Saturn first stage had an SPMT, right? The blue thing. And the SPMT had a pivot point so that they could tilt this engine section up in the RP1 tank up and down, right? And then when the stage is traveling fully, here, look. When the stage is traveling in one piece, assembled, the two SPMTs combined, and they make one transport vehicle. See? There's that's probably the same vehicle, fellas, to be honest with you. See? There's an SPMT that's designed for carrying the RP1 tank in the engine section. And then there's another one up front that's designed to carry the inner tank, LOX tank, and forward skirt. And both of them are literally in this picture. Huh. I mean, they probably had a couple of different versions of this. Look at the truck on the right. Yeah, the tank recovery truck. We figured out what those things were because I couldn't figure out what it was. They used all World War II surplus vehicles to pull the rocket parts around, Novus. That's cool, man. That's really freaking cool. Look at the guy hanging on the SPMT. Look at how big that damn stage is. 33 feet. 10-meter diameter. Saturn V was a monster of a vehicle. Even by today's standards, it's crazy. That's nuts. Not even SLS's core is that big. SLS's core is the size of the inner diameter here. Just looked it up. It's zinc chromate. Yep, extremely toxic. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Great pictures. Tin can? Aluminum can. Thank you very much. Anyway, let's see what's going on with blue. There's the shuttle MPTA. Really annoyed that it's just sitting outside. In fact, I'm really annoyed that all of this stuff is just sitting outside. That's really discouraging. I don't like that at all. Oh, look. Just more rocket part. There's a Titan II. An entire Titan II first and second stage just sitting in the back lot. Whatever. Whatever. It's fine. Couple of cruise missiles right there. Whatever. We'll just leave it. It'll be fine, right? Saturn 1B fairing. Another freaking Titan. And some airplane fuselages. And a deuce and a half. Man, why? Why are you doing this? Go home, Huntsville Museum. You are drunk. Can we? Do we have like Street View or something? Wait a minute. Oh, okay. F-16, F-111, a MiG, MiG, UH-60, T-38, Harrier, F-4, F-14, UH-1. Oh, who knows what that is? Who knows what that one is? That's a shame. That's just a shame. Titan GLV first stage. Interesting. The National Aerospace Plane. NASP. That was supposed to replace the space shuttle, by the way. Never happened. This is a great freaking museum, dude. Do I even want to know why there's a helicopter sitting on top of whatever that is? There's an A7 right there. F-16. Cool. Hypersonic test vehicle. But can I hug the Titan? Yeah, right. I hug the Titan, baby. Hell yeah, baby. I hug the Titan, baby. I can't believe that whole Skylab replica is just sitting there outside. That's really annoying. It belongs in a museum. It kind of is in a museum. It belongs inside in a museum. And look at these. These look like Saturn V test articles. That looks like a prototype ATM right there. No, not automatic teller machine. Apollo telescope mount. This thing. See it right there? This is a sweet museum. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. Damn, dude. Anyway, where's Blue's factory around here? They said Cummings Business Park, so let's flip it on the timeline. Oh, Dynetics is right there. Let's flip it on the timeline scale, see if we can find it. I'm going to go ahead and guess that Blue's building is that big, freaking newer looking building right there. Yeah, okay. Camera 1, camera 2, camera 1, camera 2. Corporate wants you to spot the difference between this picture. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and say that that's Blue's new building, judging by the fact that the front facade on the building is blue. And do we have heavy infrastructure coming out of here? Yes, we do. Right there. Big heavy infrastructure road. See? See? Why do you need an 8-lane road right there? You don't. It's not designed for heavy traffic. It's not designed for a lot of traffic. It's designed for one big heavy thing to come out of here. See how that road is all weird looking compared to this road? There's your heavy infrastructure. So something big's going to be coming out of that thing. You need an 8-lane road everywhere because America. You're right. No street view? Well, let's take a look. Ready? The Skylab mock-up is made of an S4B211, a real Saturn S4B stage that was converted into a trainer. Skylab 212 became Skylab itself. What about the one that's in the Smithsonian, Ian? Which one is that? Zero rocket engines delivered in both images. It's the same picture. You are a real piece of crap, dude. Damn. Damn. That's 513, a converted Saturn V third stage. It's 513. Yeah. So it's a 500 series. And then they converted 200 series. So that's a real Saturn V third stage. Oh, that's really annoying. That does not belong outside. I'm sorry. That whole thing does not belong outside. It should be inside. Oh, look at how dirty she is. No, we gotta clean it.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Okay, Ian. I got a plan. Okay? Okay? I got a plan. Here's the plan. Is that one real too, by the way? Is that one real? That's a replica? Okay, that one's not real. I don't care. All right. Okay.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I got a plan. All right? Here's the plan. Okay. We steal this. Don't steal. Stealing is wrong. We go ask if we can take this.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Thank you for the subs, Hokie, Pythos, Novus. Okay, we go to this place and be like, hey, can we borrow this? Right? Can we borrow it? You know, for research purposes. Okay, we borrow it. Okay. All right, we get a John Deere tractor. Yep, that's right. Okay, so my plan is not finished. Okay, so let's look. All right, so we have some interstage adapters there. It looks like some prototype forward domes. We don't need any of that. I'll take the other Apollo telescope mount. These are clearly parts to that Skylab right there. Yeah, they're clearly parts. So we'll take these as spares for conservation work. Okay. Just chill. Bear with me. What else? I also need that Saturn 1B nose cone right there. We're going to need that. Okay? We need the Saturn 1B nose cone in the fairing. We're going to need it. All right? So we ask for those. And then we go down here. Right? We go down here and we grab that. All right? And we put that at the beginning of the museum, and then you put the S4B and the Skylab replica in the center of the museum, and then you put the nose cone at the other end. Is this a good plan, or is this a good plan? It's a good plan. So we literally scrounge the parts that we need, and we make a full Saturn 1 mock-up. Kind of like that one, only it doesn't suck, because it has an actual Skylab piece on it. Does it have to be a John Deere? Well, it doesn't have to be a John Deere, but John Deere tractors seem to be really good at pulling heavy equipment. Don't ask me why. You know? We should just do that. Put the Saturn 1 stage right there, and then put the nose cone at the other end. Just ding, ding, ding. And we make the Eric Johnson Center for Kids Who Want to Space Good. Yeah. And want to do other things good too. What kind of helo is that? It's a Huey. UH-1. Couple of SAMs, couple of missiles here. This is all the stuff that the Redstone Arsenal worked on, guys. Yeah, there's a bunch of different missiles. Saturn V. What is this? A center for ants? Yeah, that needs to go inside. Yeah, that's the Chinook? If you knew what it was, why did you ask me? There's a UH-1 Huey, and then there's a Chinook. There's a CH-47 right there. Hey, what is that? Hold on. Please, shut up for a second. I might need to alter my plan. That whole Atlas missile is right there. No way! No way! Yo, early Orion concept right there. Cool. Guys, we have to alter the plan again. Guys, we have to alter the plan again. Do we have to alter the plan again? Damn it. Oh, this place is dope. I love this place a lot. I really like what's going on right here. Just buy the museum and put a roof on it? Okay, alright. I'm gonna need a couple of Prime subs to do that, okay? Bro, it's even got the hold down points. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, this museum's awesome. I've altered the deal. You can count on me. Thanks. Thank you, dumbbats. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Willie. Thank you. You've made my day. Yeah, we're gonna need to... If you could just give me that, that would be great. And then I'm gonna need the extra parts for it right there. That would also be good. And, I mean, dude, if we're gonna take the Titan II... you know... Might as well just take the Titan II off their hands. Just saying. 1 bit. I'm going to give it a sub to Saturn V. VFT it, you must. I will only VFT this place if they let me walk back here.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
No. No. Look. What's that doing there? Dude, an old Ford Econoline. I wonder what that was used for. Lego, that does help. Yes. I know about the Cosmosphere, yeah. Access. Please see last, please. I'm freaking busy right now. Where is this? It's the U.S. Space and Rocket Center in Huntsville. This is right next to the Redstone Arsenal. Ian, we need to go figure out what all these test articles... Why is the Titan... That's a Titan 1 first stage right there, man. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Here, hold up. Can we just... Damn it. Yeah. Fellas, what is that a cockpit to? Oh. B1. That's a B1B cockpit. Oh, that's a B1. No! It could be a B1A. Yeah, man, that would make it even better. That would make it even cooler. Oh, look at all this cool stuff, man. All these toys. These are the big boy toys, man. This is cool. There's so much. Dude, this is so much engineering. It's just sitting out in the field. I can't stand it. It's pissing me off. And I know that, okay, so to be fair, fellas, I know that if the museum had the money, they would put all of it inside. I know that. I know how this works. I've talked to enough museums to know. But God damn, does that suck. It needs to, you telling me you can't just use one of these buildings over here? Every single one of these buildings is being used. Every single one of them? No, screw that. One of them has to be empty. Well, I tell you what, Bill, that ain't right, boy. I tell you what. It's probably some stuff in the Blue Origin storage warehouse. Oh, you dick. Yeah, see, you can't do Street View anywhere around Huntsville. Yeah, see. Nothing goes near the Redstone Arsenal. Yeah, probably can't have. But, you know, at the same time, they have no problem just hiding that Saturn 1 test article from us, so clearly it's not a concern. Man. Okay, 2020. Yeah, Vulcan, we found some pretty interesting stuff, dude. We went on a little bit of a dive here at the end of Space News. We went on a little bit of a dive looking behind the Space and Rocket Center. Say hello to Mir? I'll check that out in a second, Silabrindas. Keep that teed up over here. So, Vulcan, we found that. Yep, there's some cool stuff. Did you find the backup Skylab payload fairing out there? Also a B1 cockpit and a Titan 1 first stage and some Saturn V test articles. And there's more Skylab Apollo telescope mount hardware. And there's a full Titan 2 sitting back there just because frick you. All the test articles. These look like all the jigs and all the pieces to the Apollo program that they used. Like, look at it. That's definitely Saturn V, 10-meter diameter. And it looks like they have parts of a Chinook right there, too. So I do have some good news about all of that. Yeah, we're taking it and we're putting it in our own museum with blackjack. Yeah, these are all Saturn V parts. I think so, Cherokee, yeah. This needs to go inside. That's a real Skylab. That needs to go inside. It's inexcusable that it is outside. Ah, yes, I see they took a picture with a potato. Oh, no, it cleared up. All right, cool. We good. Now that the museum is not in insane amounts of debt, they are seriously working to restore everything and put all the major stuff inside. Oh, thank God. I was going to have to go down there and tow this away with my truck. I'm serious. Just out of sheer principle. You'd say I'm stealing. I'm not stealing. You're the one that's doing a disservice by leaving it outside, you punks. No, they're all right. U.S. Space and Rocket Center, dude. What a museum. It's pretty awesome. Recovered Titan 2 GLV Gemini 5 tank. We need a VFT there. Yeah, there's also a real Saturn V inside of this building. But yeah, Vulcan, if they're out of debt and they're going to put all this stuff inside, I'm cool with it. Because they have a hell of a selection here, man. All the Saturn V test articles, man. All the Saturn V moving equipment is here. And a Skylab. And they have an Atlas D just sitting outside. Stop it. Stop this. And there's also that. I know they're restoring Pathfinder, which is cool. But Centaur G is out there. The MPTA is just sitting outside. Oh my god, I can't do this. I can't do this. That's the shuttle. That's what they green ran the shuttle with. They used that external tank right there and strapped just the back of the space shuttle to it and put it on the B2 test stand at Stennis, and that's how they tested the shuttle's propulsion. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. 2020. They also have this on display. Yeah. Oh no. All right. That's where I'm drawing the line. That's where I'm drawing the line. I can't do this. I can't do this. At least it's inside, but I can't. It's Shuttle Pathfinder, Pythos, the Shuttle Dynamic and Integration Testing article. Well, Challenger was technically the dynamic test article, but I can't do this. Vulcan, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do it. I'm 5 more minutes of this. I'm gonna get mad.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Isn't the RL-10 better than the J2X? Depends. That's Ares 1 flight components, guys. Yeah, that engine, if I'm remembering correctly, would have been used for Ares 1Y. Yeah, there's a picture of Pathfinder. Yeah. They used it for integration testing, Pythos. Can we fit all that in the back of a Ford Transit? I could fit the J2 in there. We could fit that in the bed of my truck. Yeah, that'll be fine. Artemis Lunar Rover news. Yeah. Yeah, Astrolab with that rover. Yeah, that thing is pretty cool, man. Yeah, 62 bits. Thanks for the bits, 2020. And thanks for the bits that everybody cheered out of fun. So that's Ares 1's. That's either that's J2X serial number 1, 2, or 3. I'm not sure which one it is. Vulcan, do you know? They got a shuttle launch and landing experience too. Oh, man. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna have to go there. I'm gonna save the Saber stuff, Cynerd, till I'm gonna save the Saber stuff just so I can brush up on it. I'll save it until Tuesday. Okay. Oh, that's Ares 1 parts, man. That's really, really annoying. Not off the top of my head. Any idea what the serial number? Maybe I'll see if I can find some other pictures. Yeah. It's so cool. 1,000 kilonewtons at 412 specific impulse, vacuum optimized Hydrolox engine. Still good even by today's standards, man. Oh, man, that thing is cool. I'll see what I can do, 2020. Yep. You think we could have made our 68s air startable? It's possible. J2X would probably be simpler to do. And put a vacuum nozzle extension on it. It would have had a nozzle extension on it. That was basically... This is basically the configuration that it was in when Constellation got axed. Yeah, they were testing it with the nozzle off. On the A2 test stand. Yeah, Muddy. It's the broomsticks. Are we just gonna call all American rockets broomsticks from now on? Is that what we're doing? Oh, that would have been so cool, dude. Why did we stop doing that? Nope. We're not turning this into a canceling Constellation was a mistake thing. Nope, not doing that. All right. This is Blue's plans to redo the test stand here. Oh, nice. They have the lineage of the test stand. That's really cool. How about killing Saturn V then? Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. This isn't Blue's plans. This is just info on the test stand as used by NASA. Oh, okay. All right. They're getting pretty far along with those updates, and they might be borrowing Pegasus. Oh, that's cool. Test stand looks so wrong with just a dinky little shuttle engine on it. That's really annoying. These plans are sick, dude. I'll tell you what, that boy ain't right. It belongs with... That's cool. These pictures are sick. I want to see one with the S1C on it. Dude. Really? Pictures inside? Thomas, where did this album come from? All right, drummer. Good night. Hey, nice picture. Cole, nice picture. Too bad it's in junk condition. Yeah, but I'm glad the museum frickin' fixed everything. Or the museum is looking to fix everything. That's good to know, Vulcan. Oh, yeah. This is where the magic happens, right here. There's more dumps of Marshall stuff. You know what, Thomas? We've looked at this before on stream. Not this particular album, but the guy who makes this. Hey. Yep, I remember. I remember we've seen this picture before, and the reason why I remember we've seen this picture before is because my truck is in the foreground. That's the reason why I remember. Yep. All right, here, check that out. I'll post the link for you, Vac. Yep, my truck is in the... Yeah, there's a... No, yeah, no, that's it. That's a 50... No, maybe not a 59. That one's a 59, I think. I remember one of these is a 59. There's Fords everywhere. Look at all of them. And then there's a Chevy right there. But that's okay. That's okay. I'll take that too, to be honest, at this point. Ford. The cars in that picture really date it. Yeah, considering there's a freaking, like a Gen 1 Suburban sitting over there, Bill. You see that? Oh, that's so cool. All right, time for trains. Time for trains. Let's go. Great space news. I like that deep dive into Marshall. We should do another one. Wait, one more thing. I think we've seen this video before, but I'm going to show it anyway. That thing is freaking huge, man. Oh, it's so cool. Look at the flame bucket. That thing, the flame bucket's gigantic. Peepo happy. Hands? No. No, shut up. No. No. Oh. That was cool. Cool video, Vulcan. Yeah, Bill. That concrete is literally designed to withstand blast pressures that are equivalent to a nuclear weapon. That thing ain't those test stands aren't going anywhere for a long time, dude. So when you're buying it, $46.70, Jeff Bezos already did, goalie. Oh yeah, that's right. That other guy posted that thing in Mirror, but I forgot to go to it. Damn it. Sally, you here? Celibaris? I forget your name. That's cool, Unprod. What do you mean, T. Stewart? Celebrindus. Alright, is that what you're telling me here? That's the alright, last. Damn you and your space flight chat! I'm not mad. Let's keep, but I also want to play with trains too. Alright, let's take a look. Is it the museum that Lundprod was talking about? Yeah, it is. It's just Ariane 5 and its launcher just chilling right there. Is this Kness? Yeah, it has to be. This has to be Kness. Oh, look, a crew-rated launcher! Excuse me. Why is this outside? Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Why is this outside? Yes! What the frick? What is the...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
I am not amused. That's mirror looked a lot small. That's missing a couple of modules. I'm not interested in a Recibo, DJ. I don't need to see a picture of it falling down. Thank you very much. Yeah, these are kick butt, dude. Look at all this good stuff. That's a legit launcher too. I mean, it's missing the umbilicals, but yeah. Where are we? Toulouse. It's a mirror test article. That's cool, man. Really neat.